Guys, this is just for all players. I put a lot of the characters you've met, the party has met so far, and then I've also put a subsection of all the quests from certain factions or people that you've gotten. This is the only reminder I'm gonna have because I feel like it should be a player's responsibility to like look into it in case they forget or just remember. But those are all the quests you've been given so far. Um, I'm gonna fix one up because one is technically considered completed, but that's just for you guys to know from now on.
It's like a small journal where you guys can keep up to date. That does follow up on the question: do you guys want like diary journals for each of your characters, or do you feel like that's unnecessary? And this also includes: do you guys want a group handout where you guys could keep track of group loots and items? Like have a so everyone's kind of aware of what what each person might have, or what the group has as an inventory hub.
Yeah, I think that'd be an interesting idea.
Yeah,
I like
that'd be
the
good.
journal idea personally. I think that's cool.
Okay. So I'm gonna set
But
that
that's
up.
just for me though. I don't know how everyone else feels.
I don't know if you want one.
Honestly, sorry, I was gonna say I'm new to this, so I'll go with whatever anyone suggests. Just give it a try and see.
Not everyone needs to have it. If you
Well,
want Mikey and the rest of them don't want it, I'll give you one. A private diary that you have access to, and
then
Oh. Oh.
then
Nice.
I will ask for any suggestions then, because learning
all right. Who's interested
to help out.
into like having personal diaries for each character?
I think it's not a bad idea.
Matthew,
It'd be fun.
your thoughts?
It doesn't matter to me either way. I usually take notes, but
Oh, okay.
I can do it.
Sweet. So yeah, by the end of the game, or when I have the time during the game, I'll apply. I'll give those journal style insights for you guys to kind of like, it's yours, and I will also give you a group party inventory handout for you guys to keep track.
Okay.
Now that Michael's here, I think we could start. Do we have any brave volunteers or a group party that wants to do a recap? Not all at once, guys. Feel free to.
I wasn't here.
All right.
Not me.
Alright, so
Not it.
I think we'll do that thing. I have some notes here, and is that from last time? All right, and then hopefully over time you guys get more.
Walker exploded. There you go. At the end.
A rift opened and he got sucked into it.
All
Goodbye.
right, so
Yeah.
It's so sad too.
Yeah.
My dynamic duo is gone.
recap's about to start, guys. Just need your
Sorry.
attention. That's fine. So technically, you guys had your first day of work. Everyone pretty much met who they're, I would say, working for. It's between prisoners who have a higher status because I would say they've been there longer, so seniority in a way. They've earned their way through good
job position.
So you guys learned each specific job you guys were titled to between the library that was you, Salis, and Roland. Uh, I have it right.
Hey, your supervisor was what's his name, man?
Oh, Romello Thatch.
Romello Thatch. And then you had the kitchen folk, which is Hugo only had that dwarven chef.
Yeah, you had the dwarven chef who came off a little Italian-ish. Sorry if it came out racist. Didn't mean to come off that way. There is janitorial, which was Walker, and Fern. And playable now is just Fern, but Walker would still be with you as a character, I would say. And a lazy bodyguard is in charge of you guys, and he kind of let a senior janitor teach you guys, but you guys gave him a hard time, and you guys really hurt his feelings on that first day. Embarrassed him a little. Uh, so after that, oh, and of he's not here right now, but just for players to know, uh, Wig met Barrett Steele, who is a prisoner, but he seems to have a lot of leeway. Like he's not even wearing a jumper suit, which is surprising, and he doesn't have problems saying things like, "Yeah, I pretty much run this joint." Uh, you guys wouldn't know that because you haven't met him yet.
As players, you do know.
As players, you do know him, and if you guys ever get to meet him again as a group, we'll just reintroduce him, like the quick introduction to who he is, and let's see what else will happen. You guys half-heartedly stopped the fight. Not everyone. Roland and Hugo both got in a tussle with this giant thug who seems to have a hatred for people who are different than humans and dwarves and elves alike. Picked on a homosexual tiefling, and seems for no reason too. Like he just did it because he could. And you guys de-escalated as best as you could. Guards came in. There was a small tussle, nothing really big. You guys managed to play it at least smart as you guys could. No weapons were found between the group, nothing like that. And interestingly enough, both Hugo and Wig, because of that, were in search, and so was Roland, and so were you, Salis, because you guys just happen to be cellmates. So keep in mind, sometimes having your cellmate also can affect you, just for being cellmates. Uh, the difference is both Hugo and Wig, they had a very thorough search. Like no, like they were physically like touched everywhere, as you can imagine. Yeah, by no other than Herman, aka Mustache, the security who comes off a little creepy. And then there's Mason, who searched both Roland and Salis, and unlike his the other officer, he gave a little light search, and he bestowed information to both Roland and Salis that there's a little side hustle he has going on that involves a fight club. He did express to you, Salis, that you're both from the same city, Atticus.
Home city.
You're both from the same homeland, and so he kind of like tried to relate to you, like you know how hard it is to make a quick buck in Atticus. In fact, you might also have come to the conclusion, not all of them, but maybe majority of the guards here are from Atticus. As far as you could tell, probably you're not so sure, but it does come off that way. And he did invite Roland to participate in the Fight Club, which Roland, unless you disagree right now, agreed to being a part of. If it's still cool with you.
I agreed to be a part of it
Uh,
because I told him that I figured this
just
way I help him out. Maybe he can help me out.
Well, yeah, that's the general consensus. But the help was you might get some cash, win or lose,
Hey,
and you're not
works.
being forced. This is like of your own consent to
Yeah,
participate.
no, I'm willing.
Um, and the only other thing that happened is you guys came across a a
Man,
a skinny, tall
Goliath.
Goliath named Malkinson, aka Mal, or he also tells you to call him either Brother Mal or Father Malkinson. He seems to spew a lot of weird religious antic, which you guys haven't really cracked down on it, but he seems kind of like a diehard religion, or what would you call him?
A religious fanatic.
Yeah, a religious fanatic.
Yes, and he mentioned his god was the internal creation. Keep going.
So you guys helped him out cleaning out a closet that he asked to put his to practice his religion, which was given to him by the staff of Akasha Penitentiary. But I think a little jab at him was that it was a really filthy, rat infested place where you guys came across a weird encounter with a rat that seemed to mutate into like a bigger, giant mutated rat that would look feral, and you killed a bunch of rats in the process, and you 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 got a little rat bones from what I recall, Roland.
Yeah.
But most of it, Fern burned it down, and it seemed to have also dispersed any smell or weird, funky disease that could have possibly stayed in there.
So you did treat the infestation as Markinson asked. Also, he paid you in gold and gave you a little trinket to Hugo. But also, more importantly, you guys found a small crack in the corner of the wall that led to a unknown hidden room in a sense, where you guys are contemplating to utilize at some point. And I think and at the end the time consensus that my brother explained the recap is a bit off. But
Yeah, it is a bit off.
I think the thing ended with you guys being invited by a particular fellow named.
You were invited by a particular feller who seemed to be very tall and very muscular, named Bernard Williamson. He invited you to a night in cell block C for a thanks for protecting the tiefling earlier named Rio. Uh, as much as he was grateful, you guys, I guess you rubbed him off a little wrong by initiating that he's some kind of gangster, which is okay. It wasn't that much, but there was a little, I guess, debate of what they are.
Yeah, but they did invite you to join this night of paradise, as they kind of exclaim. And the party is just going back to their cells, kind of tired from the situation, but also like intrigued about the event.
And
That's where we're picking up, right?
yeah, Silas, as far as your character, you weren't there. Your character wasn't there physically as well. Up in like, cause let's just say he went to work, reported it in, and just called it a night after work.
Oh, but you did really well in picking up your work. The job training situation to have you in, you did really well. You credit after having a good breakfast and giving you that energy pep you needed. You feel like you're going to learn something that you weren't quite sure of before. Consider it like a little training situation. But you did really great. You listened to your what's the halfling
Romello.
Thatch, and he seemed to be impressed with your sorting and knowing the library system and picking up quick. So just keep that in mind.
And last but not least, one random event that also happened. Like I said, just keep it in mind. Don't take this as timeline wise because it is a little bit all over the place. It seemed that very morning, at the day after you got your jobs, you did hear a little intermission inside what seems to be inside your head of two news reporters that seem to report what's going on outside the walls of Akasha Penitentiary. And if anyone recalls, the I guess the segment that you guys heard was how the current now Prime Minister Christopher Lauderdale is changing euro for better, and other things. And another thing is rising companies, one such as Alternative, who works in making clothes that can also be used as armor, but it's stylized armor at best.
So yeah, like a newscasting ad. We're picking up now where you guys are coming back from the whole rat incident. No, where are you coming back from?
The cafeteria being invited.
Oh, you guys are coming back from the cafeteria, being invited from to go join the Night of Paradise. You're all in your room, kind of like scrunging up stuff, talking to each other. Feel free to converse.
My cellmate is gone. Rip.
Yeah, but you can tell that all the cells are not close to each other. You have access to speak to the others. You may still speak to Wild Tree. One of us would do our best to kind of impersonate her, but over time she is going to become NPC. So you know, there's a bunch
I
of
mean,
other.
technically speaking, she's already an NPC.
Yes, that's true. But you know, she'll be less important. She's still gonna have a very impactful. You know, whatever she has. She's still gonna be impactful to the story for a while. So converse. You have topics about what you guys want to do heading towards this Night of Paradise as a thanks for helping Rio. Also catching up Sailors. Yeah, and you also have if anyone wants to talk about it, that's fine. Also, if they
All
don't,
right.
Mason's for a while.
I guess in their cell. By the way, we're still in the cafeteria map, but
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I got you.
in their cell, Fern's gonna look towards Walker and she's gonna say, "So, do you want to do that party thing with those gang members, or no?"
Walker looks at you. She doesn't know what exactly you're talking about. She has an idea that you want her to go somewhere with her, and she nods her head politely and goes, "Yeah, it, yeah, it'd be nice, I guess."
All right, I guess we can go. Well, I'll prepare
Uh,
myself as best I can.
uh,
Let's just hope tonight isn't dumb.
I've never been to quite a festive event. My tribe would often have small festivities, but maybe they have different customs and traditions here. You never know.
I have no idea what these people celebrate here, but parties aren't usually that fun. Not for me, at least.
Just a heads up, I can't move my icon
You're
or my
a
token.
token. Let's see. Say this. Feel free to delete that one and bring your drag your journal in.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Hey,
Okay.
I'm here too.
Hey, Underlake. Question.
Yeah.
What do you think about this party they're inviting us to? Things is legit.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to one before. Well, I've been to my tribal festivities. We usually have feasts and foods and
underlake.
You
Oh,
see,
Underlake. Oh, I thought you
because
said sorry. This is
yeah,
wrong
Underlake.
person.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Gotcha. Underlake. Go on. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Let me. I'll be awake in this situation. Oh, it sounds interesting, really, but it sounds more trouble for me, anyways. You guys are welcome to do whatever you want. Sorry, that just came out.
Alright.
Well, Rogue.
You know what? Yeah. Fern's gonna approach Dallas and he's gonna say,
Hey.
"So, who are you?"
Oh,
We haven't been properly introduced.
yeah, I've seen you around. I'm Samus. I hold out my hand.
Yeah, she'll like instinctively she'll shake your hand.
Okay, yeah. He'll kind of like, pull his hand back and wonder why he did that. I'm not really a handshaking type, I guess. I don't know why.
Oh, sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
Oh no, I'm the one who held out my hand. I don't know. I've never been to prison before. I don't know what it's the etiquette.
I've never been to one either, but
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt to, be nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm Edwin over here. Wait, yeah, Edwin's. Oh, I'm Roland's.
Roland.
Yep, my bad. I can't read. I'm Roland. I'm his cellmate.
Oh, I don't really know Roland that well either. Honestly, the only one of you I've been talking to is Walker over there, and she's gonna, point to her friends.
Oh yeah.
She waits back.
Yeah.
I mean, but we did triumph over the closet situation, and I like to think your brother's closer in murdering animals. She kind of looks gloomy when she says that.
Oh
Not seriously.
yeah.
Not you serious.
That was painful business. I mean, at least
Yeah,
I don't feel sick, but I did get mauled pretty bad.
yeah, that was a close call. You still doing okay? Mayor?
Oh, good.
Friend.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's that? I don't know who's talking to her.
Sorry, Roland.
Oh, okay.
If you're doing okay after the mauling.
Yep, I'm doing just fine.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You took some hits, right?
I think everyone did, right? I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I think Walker's doing a little worse. For where?
Yeah. Emotionally, maybe.
No, physically, she got mauled pretty bad too.
Yeah, that too. Was
Uh,
in character? Was I there?
no, you were not at all.
Okay, yeah.
But
Oh yeah,
they
I'm
did
hearing all
catch
this
you up on
secondhand.
it.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I got healed, so I'm fine, but
Yeah.
still.
Well, this night in paradise, I guess we'll find a means to relax, right? Do
Yeah.
you think it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know how to feel about, partying with a bunch of people I've never met before. And one, I don't really like partying to begin with, and two, they are part of a gang, so.
well, we're all in prison, so
Hey,
I say, here's the thing. Who's to say that our, guards watching us are even allowing us to go?
I mean, if they stop us, then we'll know. There you go.
Who's on duty at that night watching us?
Huh?
Depending on whose shift it is.
you do see Hawthorne there. That's the female police officer. Kind of shy and timid, keeps to herself. She seems like the type to, the faster the day moves and the more uneventful it is, the happier she, she's just happy it's uneventful.
Well, I mean, at least it's not the creepy guy with the mustache shift. I'll be honest, I don't really want to work under him. He's a little,
Yeah.
well, I don't really know
Wait,
what
you
to
work
say
under him?
about him. Well, yeah, he runs the janitorial thing, and
Oh no.
also Walker does too. But I think we can manage. Honestly.
Still, I don't know. Something about the first night, the way he looked at you too. Like, I don't trust him.
Well, we'll be fine. I
Roland,
mean,
you also would notice that he's only been on the night shift so far.
Like he's only on night shift. He's never in the, seems to be around the day.
look, worst case scenario, he
He's
tries to do
another one.
something and he gets his hand burned off.
Well, just don't do anything that'll put yourself in a harder time in here, okay? If anything, just let one of us know. We'll try to help you out.
I mean, Walker and I have this situation nailed down pretty tight. And she's gonna giggle to herself and look at Walker and remember what they did to that that poor man that day. Oh God, that was beautiful.
She gives you a like, you feel like you're resonating with her. She kind of like laughs in her face, little chuckle, and she kind of closes her eye and gives you a nod, like hell yeah.
Very nice.
Well,
We'll be fine.
when is this party, by the way?
Tonight, very soon.
Tonight or is it tomorrow?
I don't remember.
It's tonight.
Honestly, I
Sorry, go on.
remember them giving us a specific time.
No, they didn't. Did they?
They sound like some poor party planners.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
That's poor Patty.
Mm,
Mason
Mhm.
comes in and
I don't
takes
know,
it over to
I'll try to have fun if we do go. I mean, Walker wants to go, so. I don't really see a problem, I guess.
And I'm always up for a party.
At this
Well,
time, you do see Mason come in, and he goes, "Oh God, thank God you're here. Just give me a bit, guys." As you see him run towards Hawthorne, he gives her a little whisper. You can like if anyone's looking at him past, you can see he's like kind of like little doing a little begging, but on the cute side. And then he goes back to you guys, and he goes, Roland, Salis, you guys still down with what I told you earlier?
like,
Um,
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm so down.
yeah, I can't see why not.
All right, just it's it's in that Paradise event tonight. That's the event of the first
Oh,
match.
yes. Question: when is that? It's tonight. You said.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people can stay after 9, but we don't want too much people in closing hours. You can see how that would turn heads.
And I'm gonna humor my friend Underlake with his clock problem. What time is it now?
Actually, that was key important. They did put it up when it was
Yeah, me and
mentioned.
she
Oh,
got
nice.
we forgot.
Missing all of the important things.
The most important thing that
Yeah.
happened last session. There's a
Yeah.
clock.
A clock, and right under the clock is actually a
Damn it! I
because
knew I should have taken the keen mind feat.
a post of
The code of
rules. The
what
code
was it?
legal of hero. I'm gonna put it up for you right
Oh,
now.
Oh yeah.
Say this. That's the whole law. But what you see in this poster is V1, which is 6. So you see that. It's kind of a quick, um, you know, what happens, what gets you shots, what gets you in trouble, uh, what gets you indicted from this person, what puts you in the shoe. There is a shoe, um, and mandatory lunch. Breakfast isn't mandatory, but lunch is. It's school
Hmm.
all over.
Yeah.
Um, all right.
Yeah,
He looks at the clock and he looks at you. He's like, "It's right there, mate."
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Spending a lot of time at work.
yeah. Library does that, I guess. So today's site of venue is in Lot C, Cell Block C. It's being held by Paradise. In case you guys don't know who that is, that's Bernard Williamson and his partner Cordry Leah. Now, you know, from what I've heard and seen, everything, they actually look like they set some stuff up, but they're allowing us to hold the preliminaries uh, for you, Roland. You're my guy. I recommended you. Now,
Hmm.
Sponsor.
I
And
would say I'm your sponsor. Oh yeah,
apart,
uh, so
this may have been brought up, but is it only physical fighting?
yeah, physical.
Hmm.
You know, it's just that's why I got Roland here. He showed up in the lunch cafeteria, had a little tussle. Everything seemed cleaned. Seems like a
Hmm.
good guy to put your money on. If there's also side bets going on, nothing with us guards, but I'm pretty sure. But you know the other
wait,
inmates, you can make side bets
people
with them.
are fighting?
so Mason, by chance, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention. After that cafeteria incident, when we got patted down, this was brought to our attention. This is might be something that might be interesting, an interest for us.
Hmm.
Mason, question.
Yeah,
What are maybe the rules for this competition?
pure, just fist fight, man.
Just straight,
Yeah.
like one on one, or since you mentioned his partner,
Oh, it's
or would it be the two of us at the same time?
no. Uh, I'm just your sponsor. I'm just I guess I wouldn't say I'm your coach, but I'm the guy saying that. Let's just say I put my chips on you. Uh,
Yeah.
if you guys are just not gonna lie, mate, if you're disgusted by this action, I get it. But I mean, it's just contact sport at best. Uh, you too, Miss Mary.
Not that.
Don't think of this as
Just want.
needless violence. Just think of it as contact sport. Nothing's gonna get out of hand. No killing. No near death situation. the fight will stop when the opponent is knocked out or withdraws.
And
No, I was just wondering, was it gonna be all like one versus one or two versus two?
It's a one versus one. But the thing is, if you want, you can have whoever you want on your corner. In case it lasts more than one round, you can just tell your group of guys here. I don't know their medical experience, but they can. You're provided with what's the word called?
Support. It's a pit team. You
Oh.
guys are a pit team. Essentially, you guys are a pitting. You're there to support him, kind of cleaning him up, fix his stitches if he gets any serious bruises, cheer him on, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But are you ready to go? And Sailors, like I told you, you might not be in the fight, but there is a side bet thing. I'm not. If you want to put money on rolling here,
Well, actually, look, it sounds like Taz. If you're willing to put a bet, I'll give you some of my gold, so you can put the money down.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Wait,
I'll
so
just wait.
betting on a
I was gonna say,
What was that? There's two people talking.
forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. And Fern, what was that?
Oh no, she was saying, wait, you're betting on a fight? And, like, she's all confused. Plays
Yeah.
the conversation.
I am absolutely ready to do so.
Seems a little barbaric that they're letting that happen.
like I
Hey.
said, it's
It's contact sport.
yeah.
It's
Sorry.
just for sports.
Eh,
I hold out my hand for Roland's bet on himself, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I like that
Oh
champion.
yeah,
I like that. Shows confidence.
I will
Well,
hand them my 10 gold that I had.
All right.
all right.
I'll add that on.
I'm your last bus, boys. Who's coming?
Well, I look at the group like, does anyone else want to be part of the in the corner, or did the rest just want to enjoy the party themselves?
No, I'm just
Uh,
escorting you to Block C.
eh,
You guys get there, you split up. You don't have to stay in the same circle.
Oh, okay, even better for the group.
Well, I'm absolutely coming with.
like I said, I guess if Walker wants to go, I don't see a reason why I'd have to stay.
All right. Well, he looks at Hawthorne, gives you a little nod, and just all right behind me, guys. You guys don't gotta be strict, but don't make it look a little choppy.
Hugo,
You got it.
Hugo has
Oh.
him.
Hugo, you are going right. I just imagine you just like gazing everything going on.
Yeah, he's just following.
Alright. At the same time, Mason is escorting you guys. You do. If anyone wants to see what Wig is doing, he kind of like looks like he's walking up forward, but he just does like a little slide at the very end, not following you guys. Not following you guys.
Hmm.
Just for you guys to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick cast power word kill on Wit. I'm just kidding. He's now the dead.
Whoever does, whoever is the last of the room, which I'm guessing is you, Fern, our reluctant party. You do see him walk towards Renner, the guy you've also come with around the same time, and they look like they're just about to chat. But that's all you kind of see.
That's what
Okay.
You can't do.
So
Alright.
you see like a mediocre idea of where things are. I try to label them, and I just realized that the text on it is really gross. Overall, from what you see some kind of band, like a stage with a dozen area kind of provided to the entrance of the left side. You do see some musicians starting to prep up, almost ready to start. You do see some tables as well set up in the front. Over here, there some of them look like gambling tables, and some of them look like just dinner tables where people just consume meat. Imagine like it being split in half. You do see the guard outpost that you have in your cell block in the first floor, which is the circular thing in the area. You do see some doors. Yep, and In the back, you do see some a different arena setting. You're not quite sure what it is yet, but you do see Mason kind of eyeing that area. You could probably assume it's where the fight is going to be held in the back, where there's less prying eyes from the people going across. Uh, these four squares in the corner, just like you guys have stairs to different levels, you guys have different levels, and they have different levels of stairs here as well. So these are all stairs, the squares in the back. Uh, the things in the corner, they seem to be like cell units, which is what you also like. It's kind of almost a spit in image, except for the first floor is completely outfitted to be fancier and kind of nicer appealing. Like this is a gala event. It's pretty nice for what a prison could come up with. You do see Bernard, and Rio, kind of like sitting by the gambling and dinner tables. As you kind of see the band also kind of prep up. What do you guys do once you walk inside?
I'm gonna actually just turn down my Roll20 audio.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry about that,
Oh.
guys. It was last minute.
fine.
Oh, is there?
I was gonna ask, is there a spot where I can like start trying to get into in the zone, or like to start mentally preparing myself for what's to come?
Are we placing our tokens on this or
You
no?
can. Just, don't take it for like actual size value, if anything. Just to get a general idea of where you are or is. So you're asking to mentally prepare yourself, like physically do some push-ups.
Yeah, like
How do you physically prepare yourself?
like for me, like my Roland, he would go like not only just like spend a little bit of time with just warming up, like warming up physically, jumping jacks or anything like that, and type of exercise. He'll use if he sees anything he could use as substitute for weights. He'll use that for the time being.
All right.
Then a little bit down, he will just also try meditate right after that
All
to
right. You do notice that
integrate.
back you do see some other muscle heads kind of like stretching, making sure their shoulders are like being lotioned and not quite oily, just like maintain. You think if you go more back, you could start working out with the other members, kind of just like sizing the competition or whatever you choose to do. But you feel like there's an area behind the guard post, which is kind of hard to look behind. This I imagine this like almost solid. As you do see like a fighting arena, kind of like other people kind of doing what you want to do.
Okay, so head in the direction.
Gotcha. You do see some guards as well, like all of you see some guards here and there, not overwhelming amount. You do see some of them mostly in the back as well. Yeah, so you see guards, but they seem to be lighthearted. Like they're here. It's almost like that time, like they're here to have fun just as much as the prison mates. There is possibly one serious guard like in the front over here. You can see like the open window, kind of just like writing stuff down, but he seems unfazed about the situation.
All right. Can I look around for two things?
Definitely.
I want to look around to see if this is kind of a long shot. I want to look around to see if I see mustache anywhere.
It's definitely a long shot because he is.
Yeah, there's probably like a ton of people.
Yeah, but I mean there is a ton of people, but he's actually not there. Actually, okay. Give me a perception.
All right. I also want to look for if I can see anywhere that's kind of like out of the way, kind of hidden, because I want to try something. Perception.
All right.
This is 17.
So in your also give me an investigation to find like a quiet area. So in your general perception and even investigating for this mustache, you don't quite see him right away, but you do notice he's actually messing around in the gambling area. But you could tell that he seems no, he's not there. Oh yeah, he generally wouldn't be there. Okay, so he's not there at all, and yeah, he's not there at all.
As far as you could tell, he isn't there. You did a good job enough to feel confident that he's not there.
Yeah, that he's
All
not
right.
there.
And then do I see? Yeah.
Yeah, you feel like the best areas to kind of hide. You could use the stairs to kind of block off a lot of the vision. Same thing with this. Depends where are you trying to hide from? Like people or a view?
Just general sight.
general
of
society
people.
of people. It is a really full room. You do see stranglers here and there. Like there's it's actually like there's 600 people at least in this per block, and you feel like there's a bit more today. Uh, you see some of them like on each level. Imagine there's a second floor level and a third floor level. You do see some of them kind of lounging around that area, mostly on the second and the first floor. Uh, on the first floor, you feel like the stairs are your best bet to kind of avoid things, especially going behind the stairs and kind of using that vantage point that's blocking to block from the rest of the. Other than that, you're gonna have to. It's like one of those things where you have to constantly move to avoid people's sight. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't want to hide out here for a long time. I just want to pop into some corner where I don't think I'm going to be seen and use this to use disguise self to make myself look like Mustache.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you definitely have his physical appearance. Yeah, you're
Oh God, what are you doing?
just know as players. I don't think you told anyone this, or you didn't. You actually, your comrades also don't know
Nope.
yet that you're.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that was
that's a
out
good
of,
point.
that was out of character. I was like,
No, no, yeah. I'm just reminding everyone. No worries. But yeah, you are Mustache, and none of your comrades know this
All right,
information.
and then I'm just going to stagger. I'm going to like walk over to the gambling area.
All right.
oh no.
Yo, Brian, where's
this
the
is gonna be
right here?
gross.
What?
The fortune teller. Where's she located?
Oh yeah. Okay. And
Just tell me. Just tell me.
right here, small booth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put something else in while my brother takes the. There is people gambling, and some of the people gambling you recognize Fern, and everyone that's not basically sadist, which is Bernard.
Oh, I'm defeating.
Oh yeah. But you do notice that they're there. Bernard, he's accompanied. This is like, can you explain this character physically?
But like I've said before, Bernard is this very tall human, very muscular. Like his jumpsuit looks kind of tight on him.
Just call him Burly. There you go.
Oh, Burley. All right, Burley, and he's actually sitting next to a fair skinned elf, who is pretty tall for a female. She's like 5'6". She has beautiful fair skin. She has white hair.
5'6" isn't really tall for a female. It would be more
Wouldn't
like
it be?
5. No, it'd be like
It's
kinda
realistically
average.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
average. So she's
So
an average.
5'10" or 5'11" would be like average. And elves are naturally taller, so she's 5'11" in a sense.
All right.
White hair, beautiful. She has dark lipstick on. A lot like her pictures, kind of like a nice, strong jawline going on, and she's wearing kind of like a neck collar above her jumpsuit, and it looks kind of fancy. Like she's a well maintained, well dressed, really appeasing character. Does everyone see the shoulder the little character flyer sheets that's kind of spinning around?
Yeah, I saw.
Gotcha. All right. So they're kind of just gambling and kind of. It seems like they're doing with dice, and they're just having a good time. Yeah. What is the group doing?
Since you did go to the casino table, though, Sailors, and you are appear to be Mustache, you do hear Bernard call out to you, "Mustache, what are you doing here?"
Oh, I can't remember his voice. I'm just gonna pretend I'm sick. I'm sick and I got off shift, so decided I'd come down here and hang around.
He looks at the elf lady. He gives her a nice little stare.
And give me a persuasion check or.
Would it be deception or persuasion?
I think it'd be
That's you.
deception. You're pretending to be
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, they're the same bonus. I'm not trying to like fish for a good roll.
It's up to the dice gods now.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
So Corey kind of looks disgusted. She's not even gonna like hide her disgust from you, but she goes like, "Freaking cards! You give him leeway, they invite them."
His deception is so good that he starts sexually harassing everyone.
No, no.
God.
Just no mustache.
I'm not that in
Oh,
character.
no. Oh, wait, sorry. Just no, Gaston. We have our eye on you, so you better not try anything.
Yeah, I'm not planning on it.
All right. Enjoy yourself. Just not your type of enjoyment, I suppose.
And don't drink too much.
So too late for that. And I like give her a big thumbs up
She
and kind of cough.
She kind of like, it's almost awkward. Like you could tell this guy is not really liked by these two particular fellas.
And oddly enough, they don't seem to have like a bad tone with him either, which is
Yeah.
weird because so far, from what you guys seen from with the other, let's just say the other inmates, they're a little too scared to speak up to him.
They do or don't have a bad tone.
A bad tone?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a bad, like a little animosity.
it's just not obvious. Like you could tell they're holding back a little. Like they're trying to be nice. It's like it's like you're trying to be
Like
nice.
you are a guard ultimately, so the respect is still
Yeah.
of a guard.
I gotcha. I'm just hanging around waiting for fights to begin.
I gotcha.
Ah. He does see Hugo. He goes, little one, you've decided to come. How great.
Yes, I'm here.
He looks at Mustache to like leave. Gaston, please, either you're in or you're out. Are you dealing? You do see that they have a card game in front of them, and either he's pretty much telling you sit or leave because you're kind of annoying him.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
Gaston.
yeah, I'll sit. I'll
Uh,
sit.
He declined. He regrets the invitation. You could tell.
I kind of like, I fake drunkenly like plop myself down and I kind of like, I try to like, mess up the cards or whatever.
Little one, please sit. Have your friends come. We have much to celebrate over defending Rio. I'm sure he's around here, having fun somewhere, but he can't tonight because you guys prevented maybe something that could have turned into something terrible. He is talking to you now, Hugo. Just to specify.
You should probably nod at him.
Are you gonna sit on the chair on the table with the cards? There is like a small little card game going on. Doesn't seem like there's any money. Just seems like amongst friends, if anything.
Correction, not card game. Dice game.
Dice game. It's a dice game, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, Hugo definitely would not partake in anything like that. But he'd probably like put his head over on the table and look and see what's going on.
Do you know how to play this game? I've recently heard that goblins are quite new to our custom and traditions. What do you usually play?
Hugo doesn't usually play games. Hugo probably kill an animal.
Hunter. Are you a hunter?
That's the only game Hugo like.
Well, you're gonna have a very boring stay in prison if that's the only thing you look forward to. We can teach you some new things to keep yourself occupied while you're in prison.
Fern, they are looking also towards your direction to see if you're gonna sit with them.
What?
He said they're kind of often like looking back over Hugo, which is pretty easy, and looking at you, kind of enjoying your meal with Akinta. I guess you wouldn't stray away. So let me just put
Like to get more comfortable, Fern is just gonna waste a spell slot on this guy's self right now. To basically everyone around, there is no change. So
Alright.
there you go.
We're not doing it like in the middle of the. Are you kind of just like
No,
bowing?
I think she'll find a corner
Alright,
and then she'll cast it, and then like I said, she'll just come back.
alright.
You know,
Gotcha.
she's got both hands free now. You know, she no longer has to cover up her right cheek. So yeah, no, she's having a good time. Table eating food.
So you do hear them kind of have this conversation as they're like a table over, and you're like kind of like eating and enjoying your time with I can just kind of having a hard time just ignoring the meat. You can see that she's kind of piling up vegetables and fruits here and there. So yeah, back towards the gamble table. Hugo, she asked, "Do you want to learn how to play something new?"
No, I'm good.
All right. So
Okay.
since we have all our players, Bernard, me, you, and Gaston.
Yeah. Maybe the new cellmates, we have the same effects on the new cellmates as we have on Gaston. Well, Gaston, you put in anything in?
Just coins.
We can. I've seen you gamble before here and there.
Yeah, I'm saving up. I'm saving for the fight.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty smart. I'm hearing some good coin. Steel is definitely going to have his participant. Almost every guard has a participant of their own. From what I hear, it's a tournament.
Oh.
But, we did that as a favor for the guards, so we could often have these parties as well. You give, you take.
Yeah, we have musicians. We have there's actually fortune tellers somewhere around here.
She hasn't set up yet, but I think she's going to set up with Bernard.
Yeah,
Hey,
about
Gaston, you should get your fortune read. Maybe knowing a bit about your future would change your current personality.
you do hear the atmosphere of the room change a little. The band starts playing. And yeah.
So while my brother's working on music, I am going to explain the game. Basically, it's a lot like pretty simple. So they're kind of giving you this tutorial thing, seeing that you kind of want to just play for fun. The way it works is you roll 5d6, and it's a lot like poker, where there's a weak term into the highest, and whoever has the highest point value card in hand kind of wins.
Yeah, if I forgot to tell people if they need to lower the music just so it doesn't get too loud.
I like at 7%. The way technically here's how it's gonna work. There's 2 rounds to this dice game. You're gonna roll a. So I technically have 2 pairs in here, 2 3s and 2 4s. Does that make sense? Sorry, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then round 2, you get to do an ante up, or like in this case, nothing really. And then you re-roll the amount of dice. You don't see each other's hand because that does defeat the purpose. So I'm gonna just say metagaming wise, because it's so hard unless it's just a real life thing now that I think about it. They're not gonna see your hand and vice versa. So in the sense that I just wish that you could. I'm gonna do it inside, or you could see if they raise or not. But basically, this person would hypothetically outraise. But since you're playing for free, it doesn't matter. They go for the second round. They reroll 1 die, and you basically get a 3, and that's 2 3s and 2 4s. That's basically a house in a sense. But it's a different. Has different values and different names. So basically, it's like poker, but with dice. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I guess all the players. I call the game house. So while they are kind of concentrated on talking, on kind of explaining the rules, they kind of just continue talking. Is there anything specific you want to know about from these people? You don't know them quite well, but say this, or Hugo, which you do know them quite well. Is there anything you want to talk about in particular?
No, I think he's pretty much waiting to see what the whole purpose of everything is.
of the game or life?
of the this whole event and the reason they're there.
Gotcha. But you're not asking for it. You're just
No, he's not
hoping you come
personally,
by it.
not audibly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, after kind of like teaching you the game, you guys are like playing like on the thing. Between Audrey and Bernard, kind of like showing this friendship they had for quite some time. It's clearly there.
Oddly enough, they seem to have actually gotten used to you around two sailors in the form of mustache. Is there something that you want to ask to them?
I don't know. Could I hear the question one more time? I might have not heard all of it.
Oh, sorry, I must have clicked off. So far they kind of gotten also used to you playing the chips. They kind of like lower the defenses or the demeanor they had with you first, being mustache.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just chatting about how they hope that everyone's having fun tonight and how maybe like things would not be so tense between other inmates and their specific inmates. And given a good look around, you see some of the inmates here. They're either like not meta races like some tieflings, no gnomes, goblins. There are humans and elves, as far as you can also see, and you see actually some people of like the same sex start getting into the festivity, and they're like someone making out. There's also regular couples, so it kind of is starting to take the form of a small party, a small gala, if anything.
Yeah, like a social event. And also, Roland, you feel actually, well, the time has passed, you feel pretty warmed up and like you've been working out. Like, at this point, if you continue further, you'll pretty much be overexerting your.
And you also do see your teammates like in a nearby casino like themed area.
Okay, well,
Mason
okay.
is talking to the guards too, from what you also see.
Okay, so when I see them, now that I feel warmed up and everything, I'll go to them since I see them. I see mustache. From where I am, do I get while I'm walking to them? Do I get to see Mustachio there, or
Mustache. Gaston, what's his name is
yeah,
Mustache. Yeah, you
yeah,
can see it.
mustache?
Wait,
Um,
me or real mustache?
Oh
no,
no.
no, no.
Mustache.
Oh,
You see me
yeah,
mustache.
the fake
Real,
mustache.
Say this
real
fake mustache, but I make a new character called fake mustache.
Yeah, you see fake mustache.
Yeah, fake mustache. Is this fake
Hanging
mustache?
out with Bernard and
Uh,
a new female white hair companion.
well, I go to my group to the table, but while kind of defensively,
I want to kill
because
Gaston right here, everyone.
I'm going there, but defensively, because I'm not sure if that what's going on. That I see him there, because he hasn't given me the best vibe.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you do get close by. You're like almost sitting. All right, and say this. Do you want to specifically ask anything towards uh, the two sitting members next to you, Cordry and Bernard?
Not really. I'm just doing everything I can to just make an absolute fool of myself. I don't know. I'm pretending to be sick and drunk, so just knocking things over, dropping
You know,
cards.
what would
Or
help that
huh?
actually getting drunk. There you
That
go.
is a good thing. That is a good point.
You have noticed
Right.
over time that there's only one place serving drinks, which is the the guards are actually serving drinks. But you could ask some waitress inmates and says you could ask them to kind of order and stuff. But they're all coming from the same area, which is right here. It's basically like imagine you're in prom and they're monitoring that the drinks are in like rat poison.
Or
That
defensive.
I'm probably actually trying to lay low and not order stuff. So nobody's like, hey, mustache is over there he wants a drink.
There you go, acting like method acting. There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to just pretending to be drunk and not alerting any guards to my
Yeah.
presence,
Everyone
but still
does
making
see,
a fool of myself.
Everyone does see where the drinks are coming from, though. So,
Yeah.
Do you find yourself okay, Gaston?
Yeah. Why? What about you? You finding yourself okay?
Yes, just seem a little uncharacteristic.
Well, the,
Start
everybody has their days.
slowly getting over to the table.
Mm.
Yeah,
DM,
but
I would
can.
like to blend in with the crowd, as I,
Alright. Oh,
if I
by the way,
can.
how does your false appearances like? I really didn't get to ask.
Oh, literally, the only thing that changes with my disguise self is I already told you in DMs a while ago.
Yeah, feel free to like explain your physical appearance to the rest of the.
Like I said, there is no actual noticeable change that anyone can really see.
Gotcha. It's just covering up certain marks.
It's just getting rid of a lot of other things.
Gotcha,
Hey,
gotcha. So it's more like a subtraction of features rather than an add.
yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah.
Completely cool.
I explain. Yeah, I think I explained it to you earlier. Like, whenever she uses disguise self, it's just do that
Yeah,
specific thing.
just for everyone to kind of.
Actually, now since you're here, Gaston, I heard you were a former policeman at Germania. Is that correct?
Me?
Yeah, you, Gaston.
Honestly, I myself can't even remember. I'm so ugh. That's all I say.
Yeah, well, it's a little odd. I guess timing must have been off for us to have not met. My family, they, well, if you don't know the Williamsons in Germania, then you must have not been a great policeman in the first place at all.
Okay, boy. I'm trying to sneak up on Gaston. Do I have to do a stealth?
Uh, he's kind of distracted. You feel like you missed stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, is this going to be against my passive perception?
Uh,
yeah. That's
Okay,
how that works. Yeah.
because my passive perception's just 11.
Like if
Gotcha.
you're not actively looking, then yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are kind of hidden from Gaston.
All right. I'm just gonna get right. I'm gonna get within 20 feet of Gaston. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, Gaston. You have now soiled your pants. There you go.
So it feels like you have soiled your pants. Well, you actually does it look like he has one? Does he create?
Wait.
Oh yeah, you soil an object no longer than 1 cubic foot. So you have a cubic foot of soiling in your pants.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Oh no. Don't worry.
Actually, also roll a stealth check on that.
No, she
Oh
did.
yeah.
No, but this is William. They're
I
literally
felt
looking
being
at her right
sneaky.
there.
No, but it's
I'm
it's
just gonna
overall.
right after that. I'm gonna just
No,
approach
no.
the table from the
Okay,
other end.
actually, is your thing more of a verbal or a somatic?
It's
It's both.
both.
Yeah, it's fine. I think the 19 stuff, because you're stealing
Oh, okay.
from everyone.
I think a lot
Yeah,
of
that
it is
makes
just
sense.
blending into the
Yeah,
crowd since he says there's a lot of people here, so it's
Yeah,
that's
that makes
fine.
sense. Alright.
19's fine. You seem to kind of like angle yourself away, especially from these not onlookers, just kind of looking down and up. But these seem to be the only active members, kind of being serious about their job. Everyone else is kind of laid back or doesn't want to deal with it. Yeah, and because of you do hide it so well, it almost goes unnoticed. But you
like I
have
said, I'm
soiled
just gonna.
yourself. Yeah. As you get closer, you can see discomfort from Bernard and Cordry, kind of like smiling, like kind of like trying to be nice, but they think maybe he's just too drunk or who knows exactly.
I obviously would have noticed, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh god. It's transmutation too, so it's real. It's not
Yeah.
illusion.
Oh. I kind of stand up from the table and like try to stagger against it and be like, Ugh, nature calls, and I just walk away, stagger away, and like run into this wall a little bit, and like bounce back,
Oh
and
no,
then
where are you
move back to the staircase.
My God, he's just even on a good day, he's just the worst.
We got to have this bad day here.
You see him like point. You see Bernard point out his hand, and some random inmate that's covered like in a gala kind of like attire takes out the chair and puts in another one while they put the chair away.
I feel so bad about it.
I'm gonna like where I am, run like kind of go back behind the staircase, and then drop the disguise.
I mean, would you still have the thing?
The
Yeah.
disguise is an illusion.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, to your knowledge, since it kind of reflects on the. Let's just say there's a nearby shower room. And yet, is there a bathroom?
Well,
I
you
mean,
could
here's
probably-
the thing. I also know prestidigitation.
Gotcha. So
Yeah, he's gonna clean himself with that. There
so
you
clean
go.
yourself. All right. So sweet. You clean yourself in the corner. Your back is being sailors. Magic beats magic. As
I'm so. Why do you have his abjuration? His
Oh,
transmutation.
what? Oh, I put it in wrong. I copy and pasted the different details.
No, I gotcha. No materials and yeah, transmutation.
Yeah, see,
I love
you could just drag things
transmutation.
in from the compendium, and it'll pretty much.
By
do
the
all
way,
the work for you.
I am so sorry, but
Nah,
like
man, you didn't know.
she would have done that to Gaston like at the first opportunity, and this was the first opportunity.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna like look around to make sure I'm good and nobody saw that.
People saw a fleeing Gaston with soiled pants. Other than that, uh, you realize that this staircase is compromised, so you kind of go to the one. You kind of go hide behind muscle heads, and the people more focused on working out behind these stairs. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
managed to,
God, I love Spell Sniper.
you managed to get your thing clean. More importantly, the conversation by the conversation at the gamble table continues.
He does. Bernard
I'd
does.
probably actually start working my way back after I do that too.
Gotcha.
Bernard starts to realize that Roland's there. He's like, the man of the hour. Please join us. At least one of you can.
Oh,
Well, thank you for having me.
Hugo's here. He just doesn't want to participate in gambling and stuff. Yeah, I'd like to extend my thanks as well. We haven't had the chance to really introduce each other. I'm Cordelia. Rio's a good friend of mine and sweetheart. Really, thank you for what you've done. I've heard you physically got
First,
you physically got involved to make sure it didn't escalate.
He did
no, of
speak
course.
highly of you.
I'm want to be that as you're strong, you shouldn't bully those weaker than you. And just because someone chooses to not fight back doesn't necessarily make them weak. They have their own beliefs.
You see him sobbing, like anime sobbing. Like, well said. Well said. You seem to have struck a chord with both of them, actually.
Yeah, I mean this is why we like to have our group here. We like to watch out for those that need to be watched and protected.
I can understand that.
I
I used to be a mercenary, but hired bodyguard, caretaker. These are jobs I've come across multiple times to do.
So you're a man of multi-purpose.
You can say that.
They both look at each other, and then they look back. Well, please, join us. Enjoy the drinks. I hear you're gonna participate. The boxing match starts soon. Heard your first one up.
Yeah. I, because of that, I was gonna say I won't be able to partake in the drink at the moment.
Frank
Maybe after though.
Garcia.
Oh, right.
Plans.
Well, I'll be rooting for you. If you hold yourself against a brute like what's his name? Marsh. Yeah, if you held yourself against a brute like Marsh, then you're definitely on the right way. So I wish you luck. And then kind of over time, two other inmates that kind of look like they're nice hair. One is pink, pink human, and the other one is a female dwarf with like kind of like not dreadlocks, but she has a ponytail and it's kind of like fancy. It's like all over the place. A huge ponytail. They tell you. They kind of whisper inside Bernard and Cordry's ear, and they both look up towards the entrance. You guys follow their gaze and see a figure that none of you have met before.
Oh boy, I'm gonna take Gaston's old seat, the one that they replaced.
Gotcha. You just sit
I'm-
down.
Push through the crowd a bit to the table and go, oh, I must have gotten separated from you guys. Mustache shit his pants.
And Prince is gonna chuckle at that. She's like, "Yeah, I noticed on my way here."
Yeah.
So while that guy's kind of walking by, you hear Cordry, what a lively group. And kind of also, but she's very focused on Barrett still walking. Now this man is a human, has a cigarette, which by the way, you all know is not an item allowed. You've pretty much read the items that are not allowed, and one of them is tobacco or cigarette-like objects. Let me show him, or you got him?
Yeah, I will. Sorry.
All right. So you see this man walk, and kind of like almost in a serious tone, Audrey and Bernard kind of like look at him and clear their throats a little, and they both stare at each other, don't say nothing, and as Barry still kind of approaches your table.
Ah, there you are. Bernard, Cordry. Beautiful as ever. I like what you guys are doing. It's looking great. Turnout's looking great.
He's like looking around, kind of appreciating the decorations and the things that Paradise has set up. Audrey kind of speaks up. Of course, nothing to celebrate is to have a good time here.
Yes, I heard one of the reasons of the celebration is in honor of these heroes somewhere. He does look around because he doesn't exactly know who. He just heard someone stood up for someone, and that's one of the reasons. I believe it was to that fairy demon.
His name is Rio.
Rio, yes, Rio. Saw him somewhere, but I'm here to extend my apologies. I talked to the guy responsible for it, and he got the message not to bother you guys again. Again, I apologize. You do see him like moving the cigarette around, so it's like on the edge of his lip while he's saying this. You see a little puffing at the same time. He's not blowing it at anyone's faces. He's just like inhaling it, puffing out to the side of his lackeys behind him.
Bernard kind of speaks up. Not to question why you're here, Barrett, but you usually don't show up for these occasions, and if it's just an apology that you came for, why tonight?
Oh, got a little sidebar going on right now. See if I can make a little more on the side. But yeah, that's that. But believe me when I say I came here for an apology. The last thing I will want is some kind of gang war. I mean, that's not what we're about, right? Bernard,
Prince's gonna
Cordry.
just perk up and say, "I knew it." She's gonna say, "I knew it was a gang."
We're not a gang. Barrett still knows this more than anyone. We'll just make sure no one gets too hurt around here.
Did you see him like fix himself as like he was like sitting back, seeing it? Yeah, sorry, misspoke. But yeah, a little side hustle, mostly important an apology, and a little this and that. I've now I'm not accusing anyone here of anything. As he takes a look at you, Salis, he hasn't seen you before, so he's a little interested in who you are.
Hasn't seen all of them.
He hasn't seen all of them, but because he is sitting next to you, I don't think he would see Hugo. He does see Roland moving, standing just around, and he does see Fern kind of timid. He does give you a good look, Fern, with like a little grin, but nothing too pervy. From just he could tell he thinks you're cute from just looking at you a standpoint.
About to
Uh,
end this man's whole career. No, I'm joking.
He does open up and ask for his friend. That's his friend.
Who?
The guy, the politician. Is here.
oh, is Elia here?
I think he's still in the cell block, but he'll say he'll join with you. Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. So
he does look back. He's like, you sure about that?
so Cordry kind of looks back. Oh, he's here. Bernard's like kind of looks at him too. Hey, like kind of in a chum way. Come join, come sit. Good pals here. So there's kind of Elvin, young looking male, kind of walks in, and you can see that he kind of handshakes Barry Steele. Hey there, sir. How's it going?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Good to see you here. Um, I guess you're here just as the same reason I am. Enjoy your life a little, huh?
Part of the subway, but you know, these parties usually are. They're as fun as it could get here, sir.
Right. As he kind of like says it a little intimidating towards him. Well, uh, now that we're all here, I'm not accusing anyone, but Bernard, Cordry, I just have to ask. Mm, yourselves or any of your company, they haven't been spreading rumors about me or saying my name, have they?
Cordery speaks up. Well, you do know we have a shared past together. However, we often do not speak of you. Barrett.
Shit, really? I would think you guys hate me, considering you're in jail here because of me.
Bernard kind of speaks up. Don't flatter yourself. We're here for other reasons. And he kind of like,
Oh, okay, tough guy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull a string there. I was just, I kind of know the whole your family situation, along with Laya here. You guys are all kids from the same block, so I get a little insight of what happened to you.
you can tell that Cordery kind of coldly, like slowly turns towards the elven young lad that came in, giving him a very spiteful look. But it's like she has I want to say a bitch resting face, but she does have a really nice grill. Like she knows how to like stare at someone with intimidation in a sense, little jab, like little jabbing eyes here and there. Uh, Speaking of jabs,
Oh shit! It's begun. Place your bets, boys. Place your bets.
Good. This is getting very uncomfortable. So, hey, does anyone want to go get drinks?
Barrett looks at you. Was that an open invitation, my lady?
No.
Oh.
I'll tag along if you don't mind.
Sure.
Wait. Before you move, he grabs your hand, Silas. Like he grabs your arm before you get up.
Wait, who does?
Barrett, the gentleman with the cigarette next to you.
Okay, so
Whoa,
he
whoa,
grabs my
whoa.
arm.
Before you go anywhere, what's your name, lad?
What's it to you? Who's asking?
You do see a little silence from everyone around you. Barrett Steele. Now this is where everyone, even Hugo,
DM?
but at disadvantage, only Hugo
Oh,
rolls a history
okay.
check.
I'm gonna do something I'm not gonna regret. This will be fun.
alright, definitely.
History.
This guy is being serious, right? The guy just grabbed Silas, right?
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
definitely.
Cool. Let's
You said everyone,
see.
but
I'm gonna.
No.
Yeah.
Before anything though, Michael, do roll a history check.
he did.
Oh
Hugo?
No. Everyone can
Hugo
roll.
was-
Everyone roll a history check. The only disadvantage is Hugo because he is from a nomadic tribe. So this
Oh.
is more of in the.
Okay. I mean, I don't think my character would have heard a lot of new
You would.
Seems pretty
You would.
isolated.
Uh, the thing about your family is it works towards you know
Euro.
not only is it part of Euro, uh, your family they're
We
noblemen.
didn't.
Your
We
family is a
didn't.
noble of Euro. Like Euro as a whole, you guys are still nobles. And the reason I'm asking for a history check is because you know is this pertains to a very important event that happened in Euro.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
and more importantly, even as a noble, your family has to have some connections with Euro and the country it's rich in to be as influent. I mean, as
No, that makes
yeah.
sense. Continue with
So
the thing.
all of you, especially Roland, have heard of this name before. Barry Steele.
for you, Fern, since you're a little like on the you keep to yourself lifestyle, you heard of it. You could
You heard of the event, but you
yeah.
never typed the
You
name.
could also kind of remember your mom telling you about this man before, but you really weren't paying attention. As far as you, Salis, and
Well,
Roland, um, this is the man responsible for the assassination of the former prime minister.
Mm.
and
Oh,
especially you, Roland, someone that kind of study the area of death. You know this man is a hitman. You know he's a capable hitman. He's you know
Like,
the reason that he even assassinated a prime minister is because he's capable of doing it. So just
but he's someone that not what I know not that he's someone I should be worried of, even while we're in somewhere where we shouldn't have weapons.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I mean
yeah.
he's you know him, you've studied about him. Like this man has
Uh,
had some targets and
as far as also you guys are incarcerated, but this man, you guys know he's the assassin of the former prime minister, but somehow he's he's just a prisoner like you guys, as far as your knowledge, and he's not wearing a jumpsuit. He's smoking a cigarette. You just see a little animosity, but at the same time, they just don't want to escalate things either from the paradise, from what you can see. Uh,
also Bernard and Cordy are in a serious tone. They're almost kind of taken aback about the tone you also took, but they're kind of also like interested or but concerned at the same time.
All right, so he grabbed my arm.
Yeah. So continue.
So he did. The name's Barrett Steele. Uh, do I have to ask again?
We sail is cool enough.
So that's cool enough. uh, uh, he stands up since you were kind of standing up, right? So you're like in that awkward. So he stands up. He gives you like a little handshake with a little strong grip, my boy.
And at
Sorry
the same
about that.
time,
Sorry about that. Just I kind of like knowing who's in here, and he does give you a little pat. And there's like the little pocket on your jumpsuit. You see him slip like one gold for the little inconvenience on your part, but he's letting you go now. He's just
also more importantly, I think Fern, you said you were interested in doing something while that was taking place.
yeah. I was gonna like just gonna walk right next to Silas and just tell the. She's gonna say, "Hey, could you not do that?" And she's looking at what's his face.
Barrett Steel.
Yeah, there you go.
He goes, he kind of puffs his thing in, and you could kind of like this is the first time he's actually really let the smoke kind of just come towards people's faces, and then he goes, "Do what, sweetie?" See that?
do what, sweetie?
Grab people by the shoulder, invade their personal space, things like that. Kind of rude.
I'm sorry. It's just two men getting to know each other. It could be a little unaccustomed, seeing as you're a woman, and I know how you got ladies prefer the gentler touch. No harm, no foul, right, Sailors?
Yeah, not at all.
Right, on your way to the betting.
Yeah.
He is looking at you, Fern, by the way, with a smile.
Okay. As we walk away, can I try to subtly cast a spell?
Yeah.
Give me a
I
spell
was
check.
gonna ask the same thing.
Um,
No.
I'm gonna cast it either way. So I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna snuff out a cigarette.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't turn out.
You do
Oh,
see a
shit.
little poof, but at the same time, now out of nowhere, you see it like burn even brighter. A little spark
Oh
comes
no.
off, and he smiles even more now. Like
He's a magic boy.
you
Yeah.
got yourself an interesting bunch here, huh, Bernard? As he kind of says in a low tone, you guys could kind of hear some of it, but
Well, I think Hugo will because he's the one paying
Hugo
attention.
would pick up on it. But as far as both Fern and since you guys are kind of walking away at this point, unless Fern, you said you also wanted to do something magic wise, or
Yeah, he and I had a similar idea.
was it
I
the?
was gonna use prestidigitation to create the sensation of pepper in his nose
Oh boy.
as a harmless sensory effect.
So saying that happened correlated at the same time. The thing puffs out for a bit, but if he sniffs in the pepper, he like inhales
It's
that
like
shit.
right in his nostrils.
Yeah, he inhales it, but oddly enough, he just puffs it all out, all in one motion. And you do see the smile, and you do hear, Hugo, you do hear, you got yourself an interesting group here, huh, Bernard? He does say it a little like spiteful at the end, and yeah, he lets you guys walk away. Roland, you can see that Mason's like telling you to come his way, like. You hear a faint, but he's shouting it, but it sounds faint. Faint. You're up.
Okay. Um, Too, I'm like, well, my guys, excuse everyone here. Excuse me, but looks like it's my turn to go up.
And the way as we're heading towards the drinks, like away from Mr. Barrett over there, she's gonna look to Celis and she's gonna say, "So, do you know who that is? I think I know who that is, but
He's a
eh.
hitman.
Oh,
As much as that's true, he's more widely known, which you would know. And if you feel free to correlate this, he's the one responsible for the assassination of the former prime minister, Alan
he's
Telfair. Even you yourself, friend, would know who Alan Telfair is.
he's a bit of a. There's no nice way to say it, so I'm not gonna say anything.
He's a dick.
You know, that's pretty accurate.
The walls have ears.
So,
Hey, I'm not a coward.
so as Roland is kind of heading off towards
Mason.
Mason, I am going. This is us at the end. I'm going to introduce something called.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna call it a rebel challenge, but it's basically a bit. It kind of plays off the skill challenge from what's the word? From 4E. I'm gonna try to implicate it to 5E. The way it will work is that you will put in a situation where your skills and your proficiencies will kind of help you overcome the obstacle or fill the obstacle, depending on the obstacle's difficulty level. Like will require a certain amount of successes or a certain amount of failures. Hypothetically, if the 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 thing is in a medium or easy event, is gonna be like three checks equals a whole success towards the whole thing, or three failures. That means the event goes poorly, and they might have consequences depending on the event. Now, rival challenges are specifically when one person in the group is tasked to kind of like, as the name implies, have a rival or like a personal challenge. The party still could be supportive and involved. The way it's gonna work is I would require everyone to roll initiatives.
Wait, but we're not participating.
Uh, everyone's required to roll initiatives. If you don't want to participate, it's fine.
Just say right now. But if
Wait.
anyone wants to support,
Does that include me?
no, you're in the fight, so you will be part of it. This is
yeah.
technically your
Your
rival
rival
challenge.
Yeah.
The thing about what we're introducing is any other team player that wants to help, or has as a player has the intention of helping Roland, can roll in a die.
Yeah, they have. There's a possibility that they might be able to help the the one participating in the rival challenge. Now, there's gonna be something called rival challenge and another thing called skill challenge. They're gonna have the same atmosphere, but they work a bit different. Uh,
Salis, you have to click your
I know.
token.
Yeah. I just forgot to do that. Still pretty good.
examples of so you're going to be using a skill. For example, let's say you are all mountain climbing and you have and out of nowhere an avalanche is kind of or what like some kind of uh, scene is partaking where a rock is falling. The rock is kind of going into the thing. What are one of you? What are you guys gonna do if I'm one of the players? I'm like, can I use my athletics to kind of push me and the rest of the team off to the side where the to avoid the path of the what you call it to avoid the projectile of the what you call it of the thing you will roll. If you roll well, that will be considered a success. If you roll poorly, that will be considered a failure. A failure will play out as you push your team away from the trajectory. You notice that you push a bit too hard. You kind of elbowed your companion in the face, and it kind of like set off this motion where one of the one of the ropes start loosening, and your companion's about to fall. Or if it's a success, it will play out the opposite. You manage to push the whole team out of danger, but you're not out of it yet. You see one of your companions' rope is kind of snapping off, but since you push off next to them, you kind of see this kind of happening. Yeah, what do you want to do? So another player will kind of kick in. I want to use my sleight of hand to quickly adjust the rope together and kind of firmly support it. So you'll be using your skills to kind of act out to kind of like help the scene fix itself. If that makes sense. So and be creative. There's more than one solution to a problem. You could have easily that player could have easily said, "Can I use a perception check to kind of calculate the trajectory of this?" To kind of point out to the rest of my comrades that they need to worry about that particular area. So feel free to think creative. The one rules in these skills challenges is you're not allowed to use the same skill consecutively in a turn. So and the reason we have a turn order is that's the way each person is gonna act. So in a rival challenge is a bit different because it mostly focuses against the person involved in that rival challenge. But each turn a person is allowed to act. So for example, Fern, who rolled 18, can help. If you both have an idea to help your comrade, Fern will get superiority because she rolled higher. But if she doesn't, she goes like, I don't really want to participate. We'll go next to the next highest person. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right. So let's start this
I
off.
kind of thought this was just going to be like a regular fist fight,
Well,
fun stuff.
nope.
It's interesting. I like it.
Brian, did you say
Uh,
specific?
I
about
said
the
I would bet
specific?
the 10 gold that Roland gave me. Could I say that I did that earlier? I said I was
for
waiting
sure.
for the fight.
Just
I
to
just didn't
save
know.
continuity's sake, at the same time, yeah.
And
Okay,
you're
yeah.
still collecting bets here. You could even say, I want to, oh man, I feel like I'm cheating just by giving you this. But I'm going to give this as a freebie. You could even say stuff. It doesn't have to be in the fight. Hypothetically, if you want to convince a whole crowd to boo the opponent that he's going against, you have to give me that's things you can do creatively. You don't have to be involved in the fight to help.
The no repeat rule. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
But
Well, this will be
I-
easy.
I can just say that I put down 10 gold earlier.
Definitely. So the collective
yeah.
bets, and this is I was just kind of cutting ahead to kind of give you the idea of what's gonna happen. But yeah, you all like get in place. You get your drinks to watch Roland fight, and there's been several fights happening. One or two passed already. As Roland's kind of called over by Mason, and you do see his opponent, which is another well-dressed police officer. You've never seen him before, but he's actually entering a guy you've seen before, and this is the one that you got in a fist fight with Roland in that cafeteria. And I think I have everyone roll. There's four of
Yeah.
them. Yeah. And
Like,
definitely.
I guess as the fight's about to begin, we all have our stuff. We're just gonna look to Celeste and just say, so
Do I roll for them, Brian, or no?
why would you, I don't know, want to watch someone beat the shit out of someone else? That seems a little, I don't know.
Yeah, you can choose as a player to sit this one out of its because
Oh
you
no,
did.
she's talking to Celeste, not
Okay. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Hmm, that's a good question. I'm
Yeah.
not one to partake in fistfights. I never was, but I don't know. Maybe I like to live vicariously through them. I don't know.
I don't know. It just seems a little
Barbaric? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that, but it's entertaining as hell. For some.
I guess. I don't know.
Hugo, you kind of creep up behind them. It seems. Is there anything? You're just looking at them. Ollie again, like following.
Yeah, he's just on everybody's heels.
All right. So, who's participating? Jobain, is he gonna throw the
Who's
fight? Is he gonna throw the fight?
participating?
No, sorry. Yeah, who's involved with at least spectating or watching, or kind of involved?
Like we said, yeah, you can be involved indirectly or directly. You guys can like. Would you say at this point, Roland, would you take off your shirt? Because he's the other, your opponent is shirtless. Are you going blood sport? Are you taking off your shirt as well, or are you're gonna fight with the jumpsuit that you have on?
I would choose to go without shirtless as well, just to make sure I have nothing restraining me. Suits my fighting style more.
Gotcha. You kind of like on equal terms with him. So yeah, are you guys gonna at least watch or be in his? You can tell that his corner is technically over here, where Mason is. And they do explain to you the rules. They're gonna tell you it's a dream round combat. If you're knocked out, we have an official medical officer kind of nearby, and they kind of like you see a female kind of elven, kind of just really looking in and making sure like she's the one that if she calls, if you're knocked out, no questions asked, you out of here. You do see this announcer who's also a guard as well. Uh, Not female, so let's bring that up.
Miss Fern reluctantly watch, and as a
All right.
That's
Of course, no magic shall be involved. This is purely physical. Punch it up. Nothing more, nothing less. This is the third battle of the tournament. People will drop and people will fall. If you lose this match, you're disqualified.
Now, just
Right before
yeah, go on.
right
Sorry.
before that starts, I choose to ask Mason like, does that include key or no key?
Huh? He's a bit confused.
they're not monks. They don't know.
Yeah, they're not really magic. Key points, since you're new to monk, key points are just like think of it as physical attributes that you could do.
Okay,
But just recall,
need to know for this.
this isn't a
You're-
battle. This is a skill challenge. So
You're basically a Dragon Ball character. There you go.
Oh, great! I'll be screaming for half an hour.
That's right.
Roland, just to make sure the rules were implemented or understood, you're gonna have to be very specific with what you're gonna do, and you're gonna relate that description of an action uh, to a skill check of yours, and you're gonna pretty much do a skill check, and depending on the success or failure, that's what happens. That's the outcome of your attack, but it's not an actual attack.
Well,
It's just-
yeah, it's just pretty much writing the story with your skills. And For the rival challenge, you must act once, and you can have one ally choose to help in any way to kind of improve or worsen your chances. Now we're gonna start off with you see the man kind of rip his shoulders, kind of like flex a little. He looks his torso. He's clearly taller than you. This man is ripped and jacked. Ain't no one gonna protect you this time, boy. And it seems he has recalled you from that incident. Maybe you rubbed him the wrong way, as you guys were pretty much joined blows. And he kind of like points towards the Matthew, Hugo, the goblin. Your little bitch ain't gonna save you this time. So
See,
Hugo's waving back.
if I remember last time I was the one beating you down while you couldn't even touch me.
oh, we'll see. So that's actually pretty cool. You see the fucking crowd, like they love their lore. There's some story to this fight already. They're like cheering now, like, oh my god, they fucking hate each other. Yeah.
The guy in between you calls for a handshake. Do you extend your hand out?
As a monk, fine. I'll extend my hand out as a courtesy.
He looks at you. He does a little nod, like, all right, I can respect this. He puts his hand out, and then he just flips you off right to your face.
So how the bell rings. How are you planning to physically like? The skill challenge requires you to use a skill. What are your plans? Like, if you were to describe a scene of what you want to do, not like action.
Well,
Tell me what kind of
I was gonna
scenario
ask,
you want to set up.
how tall is this person compared to me, like size-wise?
Pretty tall. I mean, he's like maybe you're pretty tall for enough too. He's like maybe 2 inches higher. You're like I think you were 6'1". He's probably on 6'3", 6'4".
Okay. So wait, let me. Okay, because you said I have to describe everything what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like
Correct?
a scenery. Like describe a scenery or a setting. Set up something that you want to do. To kind of give you an edge on this fight.
Okay. I was gonna say, would you say that we're in a ring? You said correct
Mhm.
on the stage.
Yeah, you do see that they have the typical audience kind of surrounding them. That they will probably push back if you touch that circle. It's a bit of a street flair to it with some an announcer and like some cops acting as professionals and kind of making sure it doesn't get to that event.
Okay. Honestly, just from the beginning of the fight, like crouched down and just lunged right into his opponent's like guts,
Gotcha,
trying
gotcha.
to catch him off guard with his speed.
All right. So looking at your skills that you're proficient in, which is insight, perception, religion, stealth, and survival. So you're kind of reading the body movements. So like you're kind of going on a defensive stance and kind of reading his face and his body, the way it contorts, to kind of give you that advantage to see when's my moment to strike. And that's going to require you to do an insight for you to kind of study this opponent, his motions and movements. When's the best time to strike? So give me an insight roll. And you do that perfectly well. You kind of breathe in. You kind of relieve the crowd. The stress of it goes away. You don't hear the chants. You hear yourself. And you hear the calculations kind of coming as you're kind of reading the body movement.
As he throws a wild swing coming your way, and then
So you notice that he's going in with his right. So you're gonna he's going wide as well. So you're just gonna go like low and then push him forward right into his abdomen chest with a straight jab. As you kind of like hit it right there, you hear a puff of smoke go from him as he kind of like feels that. Is there any support coming from the bench, or is there anything they want to do particularly now? Or the other players during this rival challenge?
Hold on, I'm getting a call, but I'm probably gonna talk shit now.
Wait, you're saying you're gonna talk shit from the crowd?
Oh no, I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm just gonna stealthily, cast a spell that's gonna make this man slip. All that fun stuff.
All right. So you're kind of give me an Arcana roll. And since you do take precedence, that means you will do. Give me an Arcana check to see if you could maintain your magic. You're a proficient Arcana, correct?
Oh, I thought it'd be stealth to just hide me casting the spell.
No. So it's not. It's not. It could be stealth. Do you want it to be stealth?
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be seen casting this. I just want him to slip,
Uh,
out of nowhere.
think of it as one check that you want to explain that it kind of applies to the whole scenery. So even if you go Arcana and you're gonna use the Arcana check, depending on the success or fail, it's going to narrate it's gonna narrate the scenery, and if you do well, you're gonna be well rewarded for it, rather than and if you do bad, regardless of what kind of role it is, you're gonna get punished for it. Does that make sense?
I mean,
So it could be stealth or Arcana. Totally your choice here.
I'm gonna do stealth simply because magic usually has a specific effect that doesn't fail unless, circumstances are really fucked.
Yeah.
So,
but you're proficient,
there we go.
right? You're proficient in stealth, right?
I am not proficient in Arcana, but I am proficient in stealth.
Gotcha. All right. So like
Just
I said,
keep in mind, guys, you can only do actions that resort to
I am
your
not a-
proficiencies only.
I am not a wizard.
Gotcha. So you kind of find give me a stealth check, and you do well. You kind of find an area that the kind of you're hiding under some crowd goers, some big mustard guys, where you feel like you're so comfortable that you feel like you're not going to be watched. It gives you the ease to help him as you kind of wiggle something. You see the sweat. What exactly are you doing with your spell? Are you just trying to make him slip? You said.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make like the floor like around his footing slippery,
All right.
But I'm not like up
Okay.
like I'm chilling right next to the rest of the group.
All right. So the blow coming from Roland and the timing of your magic, it kind of made it look like the blow also made him lose his balance completely, more than actually Roland thought he put more force. But he does take a slip back.
Kind of falling on his back and like doing a twist. It kind of guarantees Roland, if you want, to give like this free shot to the chest or the body.
Well, free
And-
shot of your imagination.
Yeah, so you kind of go in for this elbow to the rib cage as you're taking advantage of the situation that, unbeknownst to you, Frank created. What else are you doing to kind of follow up on this thing? You guys have 2 successes so far. The win rate. Five.
I'd probably like start walking through the crowd and cheering for Roland if I can like start a good cheer going.
All right. Because this is a rival challenge, and only rival challenges,
It's
Roland
technically
must act once, and then assisted by a comrade, and then he has to act
Oh
again.
yeah, gotcha.
And then
Sorry.
assisted. Don't worry, you're nice, so you'll be in queue. Roland, what are you doing to kind of?
So
And if
then
you
for
can't
me,
think of anything, by the way, this is just in case you can't really think creatively. You will get penalized for it, in a sense.
Okay.
But it's your turn.
no, I was gonna say because now, you said I struck him with my elbow, and now he's on the ground, correct?
Yeah, he does have some ground thing. How are you going to continue
Okay.
this
Um,
barrage?
No, that's perfect. I was gonna take advantage of that situation to like grapple him, trying to like see like I can stealthily put my arms around him, like to around his arms, and then his
like
so I can try cut off circulation.
a
Gotcha,
rear
gotcha.
naked chokehold. Is that what you're trying to go
All right. Yeah, so he's going. So you're gonna be using your stealth because you're not proficient at FP or anything that kind of allows
No.
chokeholds. But you could say
No,
that.
with stealth.
Yeah, as you could say that when you took a fall, you took this advantage to kind of take to his blind side and kind of wait for him to when he releases. Give me a roll, by the way. To
Stealth.
So stealth roll. Okay, moderately well. You go to his blind side. He's kind of recovering as he's picking up his side. And he doesn't know where you are. He's looking left and right. He doesn't see you. But then that's the perfect time to because he doesn't have his arms near his neck. You go for a chokehold right to the thing. You really can't hold it. But the fact is that you got him by surprise, which is no resistance to it at all. You're already putting you're smartly putting your hands and your legs to kind of embrace and struggling this chokehold around his thing. He does seem like he's fainting, but he's starting to get up slowly and push back and push back. So you're getting pounded slowly and slowly. Silas, you wanted to help
Yep.
by how was it?
Yeah, seeing how Roland is kind of beginning to maybe look like he's kicking this guy's ass, I'd like to just start weaving through the crowd and start like cheering his name, trying to just get like a good cheer going, maybe throw off this other guy's rhythm.
Gotcha. Give me either a performance or persuasion if you're proficient in any.
I'll do persuasion. Proficient in that.
Gotcha.
Stupid.
Everyone's like loving this scene.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Of course, it's less monotone. There's like often like you see, bro, like
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, you-
There's also like people are like not only chanting for Roland, but they're excited by the thing that's going on. This is considered 4 passes. It's going really well for you guys as everyone's kind of like cheering on, cheering on. Roland, the Will from the Big Muscle Man, whose name was whatever, because no one cares about what it is anymore. Basically, they're like, he looks as well as just like is out there. He's like slowly choking out, slowly choking out. But he still has some fight.
you know, like in how wrestling, the guy's always like holding his hand up, trying to fight the chokehold. That's what you kind of see right now.
Yeah.
Like he's like slowly picking his hand up.
So what are you doing to kind of seal the deal here? Because you have 4 successes. You're close to victory. You can almost taste it, but you need just a little tip to kind of like succeed.
Oh well, and at this moment, like while I'm doing this, like what's the position? Like how would me be like
From behind.
Yeah, you have your both your arms
wise?
around his neck. You have your legs kind of crossed around his back to the front of his body. So you have a firm grip. You're pushing.
His back is a little wider than you, so your legs are like kind of like holding onto his abdomen side, while you're holding like him in a rear naked chokehold. He's bigger than you in mass as well, so you do kind of feel his muscles, but like he's trying to fight this thing that you got going on.
I know, cause I'm literally between now. Cause I can't do 2 in a row. You said correct.
Yes, you can. You can use 2.
My options are survival, religion, perception.
Yes.
Mm.
The
Okay.
more creative you get with your something, you know, I have different checks, different
Okay.
checks. So.
Well, would I be within earshot of him? Then, like, would he be able to still hear me perfectly if I?
Definitely.
Okay, so then I tell him like, it's either he chooses to give up now, or I actually will end up making him see his own creator, no matter who he
Gotcha. So
chooses to believe
you're
in.
gonna be spewing some. You're gonna meet your God maker, your creator. You're kind of spewing what you believe in, which is death should be observed, and you're kind of like in his ear, almost creepily. Of course the chants are over masking this, but you see his eye. Give me a religion check to see what happens. So because you put the fear of God in him, you actually you do the reverse effect. Rather than taking the wool from him, he wakes up. He's like angrily shaking, and he's actually pounding harder and harder out of desperation. As you kind of you start losing your grip. Hugo, you're able to support him here. What are you doing? Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, is it possible for me to like maybe use insight to kind of find some kind of like weakness or something in this guy's defense to give Roland some kind of advantage?
Yeah, so there is some. You see him kind of green, getting in spirit and force. You see that. Yeah, give me, give me an insight check. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I'm like, right, come on, man.
It's a good.
I already put a fail.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you do see him getting kind of muscled up in power. You notice that the chokehold where he had is where what's his name? Where Roland is losing his grip, and you feel like if he punches his abdomen, it might give him the edge. It's up to you to scream out, hit him in the, hit him in the. That's what you feel like if he punches in there, he's gonna get some physical superiority. That's what you're idea is.
So if he hits him in the abdomen,
Yeah.
no, okay. So he probably like just shouts something like, "Hit him in the abdomen!"
So throughout all these chants, you have been carrying out the chants, but because of this weird chaos of him pushing out, you hear Hugo's voice kind of say, "Hit him in the like he said, hit him in the abdomen," uh, and you kind of like you're kind of like almost in a desperate turn where you're gonna do it. But as soon as you go for a punch, you completely lose the chokehold you did had. But he does look very tired and worn. What are you doing, Roland, to kind of get back
Oh,
to advantage, or maybe even
so
Hit
you
him in
say
the abdomen, kick him in the dick. There you go.
no? I was gonna say because you said that he
Does
seems worn,
insight?
correct?
He seems worn.
Like worn out.
Yeah, he does seem worn
yeah?
out. Your chokehold seemed to take the energy out of him, but he is fighting back. He's
Okay.
picking up a little momentum from what you can see. Brian, his
Okay.
weakness
So yeah,
is
I would
the
hearing those words, I would have taken Hugo's advice, put him in the abdomen, but from
Which
there
does
try.
backfire, by the way, because it loses the grip rather than helps you as
Okay.
much as you.
Okay.
It seemed smart when it was there, but it was too quick to act.
you actually
But
could tell that from. Do you punch it?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's the scene
okay. So then
basically.
no, because he said,
Oh, okay.
okay. And like so, Murph back to being face to face.
No, he's kind of like on his knee and he's kind of getting up from his heavy breathing. You do have you're both
I
like on
mean,
the.
like we're facing each other
What is
face
he
to face
rolling?
now instead
What
of
is he?
face to back.
Did he roll? Yeah.
He didn't ask for anything yet.
Oh,
He's
okay.
asking for a thing.
Okay.
Sorry, what was
Like
that?
he's looking directly at me.
Yeah, he's
My question
directly at
is
you.
he
Yeah,
okay? Thank you. That's what I need to know. Okay. So then you say he's down to one knee.
yeah. He's about to get up. He's on one knee, kind of
Okay.
slowly getting up.
Um. So from there, I would just try. I would rush it and like seeing that. Um. It's like just rush into him directly. Try to use my knees right in his face, trying to break his nose most of all
Gotcha. You
to
could
make
use
the breathing even harder.
you could use perception for this because you're seeing that this is the time to act. This is your moment. You see that he has his leg down. This is the perfect fighting you've done for it. You have to study the thing, and you do go for it actually. As he kind of holds your leg there, and at the same time
Parries you off.
he parries you off as he headbutts your chest into the thing. That actually hurts quite a bit because you. It was a good moment, but you felt because of the do or die moment, it just didn't pan out as well. As he kind of like caves your chest in a little, as you're knocked back unconscious. Does anyone want to assist in any way? No, unconscious. You're kind of just pushed, caved in, kind of like
It took a little air out
recoiling.
of you.
You're recoiling from the impact. Sorry about.
Yes, he took the sound advice. Alright.
Uh, Fern, is there anything you want to do to assist at this point, or you feel like you
Is
can?
there any fire in this area?
Oh boy.
No.
Like open flames kind of thing?
Yeah, is there any open flame in
No.
this area that's
It's an
closer to
electric
the actual?
compound.
Yeah, it's a compound made of like they have electricity like we talked about before. They have lights on the top. I don't
No,
think
but
they
I'm talking about an actual fire.
how
You
far?
know,
Like how far? Like in the area like
like
30 feet.
like somewhere closer to the actual
No, not at
fighting.
all.
I mean, the cigarette from Barrett Steel.
Oh yeah.
But that's about it. But from knowing what happened, it looks like it won't really get affected. Too. This is only from your knowledge, from what you saw sailors try to do. But that's the only thing that can come up. But you're not feeling so well.
Oh, trust me, I could ruin a cigarette if I wanted to. But right now, what I'm trying to do is there's no fire anywhere close to anywhere.
No.
Okay, it's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, you could explain the scene and then I'll see if it's possible rather than
Well, I mean, I'm not the GM. Like I don't decide if there's fire in here.
No, but explain the scene if it's possible, we'll say if it's not. Is there anything particularly you want to do with fire, or is there you feel like you don't want to?
Let's see. I could just subtly put this man to sleep using the sleep spell. Make it look like he got knocked out.
But we are doing a skill challenge, and you're not proficient in Arcana. You already use stealthing. Is there any other way you could possibly use the sleep spell?
I mean,
Let's see what you're proficient in then. By the way. Let's see. You are. Um, you can possibly use deception in this particular case,
Okay, I'll use
or
deception.
performance. Actually, but either works.
I mean, it's the same option.
Yeah, but just keep in mind that you can't use them
repeatedly.
So
So you're gonna have to decide on right now which one you would go with.
Okay, I'm gonna use deception.
gotcha. So
I'm gonna put this man to sleep.
so
You do it, and you manage to get away with it. You're like in that same area where it's kind of hard to wedge, and it does hit him where he's like drowsy. He's getting drowsy.
yeah, just you see him getting drowsy, kind of like doesn't matter. Like I said, there's no actual attack, there's no hit points being calculated here. But you do see him getting drowsy. He's trying to hold. You see his back like shaking a little, and it kind of comes off that he took more damage from rolling that rolling first seen. Maybe his last moments of kind of fighting rolling off were just last moments, and that is a success. So you see him kind of like take one more step as he kind of mislips on his toe, and he just flat floors into the ring, and everyone's fucking cheering at this point, thinking that Roland is in pain, but he's consciously still getting up, like he's still in it, and he gets up, and everyone's like
On their free
Yeah.
body.
You
The
see
way it
that-
comes off, it looked like a last man standing.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
match.
So you see the medical doctor kind of come in, and she calls it. She goes, I think she kind of like the ring bell, and everyone's just like cheering on in the first round as he was knocked out unconscious. And they're all like chanting rolling, rolling, rolling. It's almost in unison that and you have successfully completed the skill rival challenge.
Okay, it's over. Sweet.
So, Roland, you kind of walk over him. Is there anything specific you want to do? Mason's already kind of like cheering on, kind of approaching you.
He's a little happy.
Yeah, a little happy. Anyone else? Do you see some of the other players? I mean, some of the other inmates just kind of, wow.
You do see some people actually angry though that look like they lost on the bet and they're not happy because they thought for sure Muscle was gonna beat the beauty in the situation.
Well, one, thank you. No, I'll go. I'll
It's your conscience.
like give him Mason a handshake because he was the one who brought this up.
Yeah.
Mason, let's go.
Uh,
You did it, man. You had me worried for a bit, but you did. I knew there was something about you when I heard about that fight.
This time he was a little bit more tougher than last time.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
give him that.
Sure. You got him, and
I led you in a little something. Some guards are often worried about guarding some of the bigger ones. We often pair up guards with sizes, and I wouldn't want to be paired up with that fucker.
you do see this
Okay.
guard in particular also not happy. This seemed to be the guard that sponsored him too.
Is that the guard guarding him, or
Yeah.
Think of it as he's pretty much Mason in the other guy's road. He's the one
Okay.
that sponsored and recommended him as his fighter.
Okay.
Salis, you do get gold. You did bet on rolling, right?
Which was times 5.
Yeah, I did.
So
So-
10 times 5, so 50.
50. Yeah, you get 50 gold.
Holy shit.
You're there to collect as a friend. What is friend doing? And what is Hugo doing?
say before?
Well, considering I just rigged that entire fight by using magic, my friend's just gonna chill out and get some drinks. Yeah, there you
Feeling
go.
good about yourself.
So I bet 10 and got 50 back, right?
Yeah.
So I gained 40 gold essentially.
I just feel good because she didn't like that guy.
Well, that depends if you want to.
Well, did you bet anything on your behalf, or was it all Roland's?
I think he just.
Oh no, I just bet his 10.
Yeah.
I only have 4 gold
Gotcha.
anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, Roland did bet on himself. But that's something you guys talk it out. As Hugo, what are you doing? The match is
Happy
ended.
that man lost.
Your comrades there, kind of, you know.
Um, he's probably just waiting for see what's going on with the victory.
Oh, I'm waving you, Hugo, over to come in.
So that was an
He'll
interesting
join.
fight, I guess.
He'll
So
jump up and down,
yeah,
waving his
pick up. Or just carry him like we did it. Actually, we were like, cause we were the ones who stood up to him like physically to fight him in the cafeteria. It only makes sense that
Should
we're
I,
there to stand
should I
over
god,
him in
should I
victory.
godmode? Should I godmode? Should I?
Too bad he's not conscious to wallow in
Yeah.
his.
Actually, from
That'll come later.
just to add a little cheesiness. You see Roland standing over him on the floor, knocked out. Hugo, if you can tell me if you want, if it's a yes, you run on up to Roland. Roland picks you up. It's a freeze frame victory. You know what I'm talking about. End of hands up in the air. People are cheering towards you. Far distance, you see Bernard and Cordy racing their glass towards you. You actually see Barrett Steele also joining with them. Seems like he was also part of the winning bet. But yeah,
I'm just
everyone,
gonna.
majority of people seem happy, and as much as Fern, the player, did win, it's you did so good that the
No,
credits
no,
go
no,
to
no.
Roland.
She rigged the fight using magic because she doesn't like that guy. He's a fucking asshole.
It is a rival challenge. So rival challenges are, like I said, this is as DM to players. Rival challenges. This is just an example of what we're gonna do throughout the whole, not the every session, but throughout the whole campaign. These rival challenges
Be
will challenge.
possible to
Yeah, will challenge a character's ideals or abilities or kind of like play to their strengths or even weaknesses. For
No,
overall.
I don't dislike it, but I will say that in certain instances, like say I cast a spell that's definitely going to kill someone, how would that affect it?
Like I said, skill challenges. So, because you're not proficient in Arcana, that means you can't masterfully control Arcana as best as you
I
can.
mean, that's not how that works,
Yeah,
but
but
you
that's
know.
just the cool. I mean, if you want to play by the book, we're not gonna like always
No,
go by the book. We're gonna try
no,
to.
I know that, like as a like Arcana is just magic knowledge, not magic control.
Well, the knowledge of how to control magic and how to use it, how to utilize magic is Arcana. Like it's not only knowing what Arcana. That's just ways to flavor your skills. If you don't want to like think outside the box or just go with what you usually roll skills for, like by all means you could do that. But I'm telling you all as players that if you want to flavor your skills in any way, even out of skill challenges, I want to use my navigators tool to kind of know how much maps cost usually, or can I travel the route. Like you could be creative with your skills, your proficiencies, your checks. Feel free to be creative. We're not gonna turn it away. But if you want to go like vanilla, there's nothing wrong with it. But in that sense, if you feel like you can help in that skill challenge because you feel like there's nothing you could think of, just ask for a pass. Not in regular skill challenges. This is just survival challenges. Skill challenges will work a bit different. Right? Yeah, and let's
it's not 15.
yeah, let's take a break. 5 or 10. Water and bathrooms. Is that fine?
Yep.
Yep.
What is it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah, you're right. Like I said, I gave an ideas of how to set up these scenes. We're still kind of spirit heading the scenes for them. Yeah. But whatever. But on that charisma check, I did feel like we didn't reward Sadis enough. I know it was a bad thing. Remember, he granted the whole. No, it gives him, it counts as a success. I told you, it takes out his will of fighting. That's why he's like, oh, yeah, I got it. So, I must have overlooked it. Because I said his will was great, but he doesn't hear it. He doesn't hear it. You should have, so maybe we should go in. I'm like, you know what? It's almost hard not to feel that. I was thinking, I think high success. Yeah, the other thing about the fact that they're Christians, yeah, they're not. Sure, they're religious. Honestly, I think we would. Yeah. But it seems like we kind of so. Dude. For now. Yeah, I already know what Luke's gonna say. What? I'm gonna know what else.
And I'm back. Anyone here? Back? Oof. Edwin, is that you?
Yep, I'm here.
Alright.
Bring down my mic.
Oh, yeah. So, how'd you enjoy the skill challenge as a personally for you? Actually, you know what? It's still a little too
Oh
early.
my god, I had to think, man. I don't know why the timing worked out perfectly because I had just missed SmackDown. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
Let's go with some WWE stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty WWE-ish. We could talk more about it later as that way we don't take away from the session right now. You got your drinks, Hugo?
I am
Matthew?
good.
Hugo, math go. Hey, I was gonna ask, was it okay for me to kind of like, I guess the term would be goddamn, for you to like run up to Roland, oh, picture perfect at the end.
I don't really have a problem with that.
All right, just
Hugo would probably be the first one to go head first into something corny.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think a little later because we're still in the session, and I don't know when they're gonna be back, and I don't want to talk about something that might not, might just cause a little hype aside from the session. But I guess in your quick words, did you like the skill challenge? Does it like intrigue you as a player personally?
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
Ah,
Mixes things up a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually fun.
Oh, but the term is rival challenge, so yeah. Honestly, the idea started off a joke that hopefully as DMs we get the chance to implement later. I'm not exactly sure how well versed you guys are in meme culture, but that's pretty much as I can give you.
Oh boy.
Be right back, too. My coffee's too hot. Damn, I made the coffee a little too hot. We still need.
Ugh.
You got it? And I think she's Michael's right in the first that say this. He's gonna get a flip of it. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. But yo, Brian, can you come here? Can you come here, Brian? Can you guard my thing? I saw like a picture and wrote I and I want you want me to bring a coffee? No. By the way, end the commission. You're not on post.
Hello, I'm back.
No. So use up votes. I thought I was. Yeah, I thought I was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Brian, I think the way the timing is looking, 10 o'clock, 12.
Wrapping up content. The ghost.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think it looks like
I
it's
think we're all just slowly making our way with it.
looks like it's
Yeah.
gonna be up to them getting the mission for yeah. Brian,
It'll actually be just another minute. I'll be right back.
The 14 times right now? I'm sorry. I'm back. It's we're just waiting on Mikey and Michael, right?
Think so.
Hmm.
General.
Alright, I'm back. Is everyone here?
Almost, I think.
Yeah, we're just waiting
Yeah,
on.
almost.
Oh, I guess.
Alright.
Oh, yep. I guess we're out here.
Alright.
Only one left is Cody and Wolf, but I think he'll be done shortly. I'll go get him.
Okay.
And they're all back. Alright, get my coffee now.
No, I don't think the skill system is bad. I was literally just asking,
Alright, I'll be coming soon.
is there a way to, like, is it like a video game in a sense where it's like, oh, can't do anything aside from this?
Sorry, I got off for a quick one, but I'm guessing you're asking, is this the
Yeah,
mandatory?
yeah, no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Like earlier, I wasn't like I guess he interpreted the question differently, but I was asking. Okay, so say I cast something in this thing that would actually kill the person. Well, then what happens?
Well, yeah. Technically, just like not to argue it, but let's just say for final say, um, you have an action in mind. You explain to us the action, and when you explain to us, we'll see how we can work that with your proficiency skills or your proficient skills. Then we'll be like, say you're proficient in Arcana. We'll
No,
say,
oh yeah, no,
well, let me
I can
get to it.
explain that.
So we'll say that you're so proficient in Arcana, depending on the roll. Say you roll a 19 or whatever, a critical roll. Uh, it's pretty much saying we're gonna just juice it up to you're used to handling this force type of arcana that you wielded well, or you wielded like it's kind of like a precise shot, or you have it well under control. But then say the opposite happens, and you roll bad, it would just go bad. You lose control. This is what the system pretty much
I just
implies.
I just wanted to also explain what Arcana actually is. It's not like the best analogy I can give is like it's a physicist explaining physics. It's not, magic manipulation or magic detection. It's just magical knowledge.
Yeah, but it's the magical
It,
knowledge to know what you need to know to manipulate it. The thing is that
I would
this,
argue.
yeah,
I would just
like
argue for like a sorcerer that,
yeah, like
while not
sorcerer.
rolling necessarily a skill check, maybe just like plus charisma would work. Because for sorcerers, I don't know, like I just don't.
Manipulating
It's a
magic
little weird because like if
conventionally.
she was a wizard, she'd have a better time casting spells in the scenario.
I
Even though they're
understand
both
because
like short
the thing is,
casts.
you could apply your magic to skills. For example, she used sleep to kind of give off the idea that this man was tired, and that's why it became deception. It's not that
Uh,
it's a bit more flavor. It does help to your cause. It makes it more plausible. It gives you more creativity and more things to use from your arsenal
like
to
I know,
add
but
to the flavor of a skill check. I understand that you guys have a premeditated kind of like this pre-scene. I think for even like for example, a druid will be like, what kind of scent is very distracting and it kind of really infests the mind. So like you will know of a scent and you know how to produce this scent through magical means of a cantrip. Same thing if you're not even a druid. Just if you know the cantrip predestination, which kind of gives senses, you're like, I'm gonna ask you for a nature check to kind of give the idea. Oh, this smell is very like a skunk is very selective. So it's pretty much your magic is guiding the skill. It has, for the purpose of the what skill or revival challenge is, it's just going. That's how it's gonna be fashioned.
Yeah, guys, to keep in mind, like this is a homebrew, like we said, and this is just a
Yeah.
segment that we're
No,
pitching in.
no, I know.
So
Uh,
even I get Michael that you're read as written kind of guy, but we're just trying to flavor it.
Oh no, it's also like the flavor of sorcerer is, they manipulate magic better than everyone else because they themselves are innately magical. That's why meta magic exists. That's also why sorcery points exist and font of magic exists.
But those aren't skills.
No, they are not
yeah.
skills.
But you could
And that's
No,
incorporate.
but like anyone can know Arcana, even a rogue that doesn't have magic. Like Arcana isn't magical control or practice. It's I know that this is necromancy, and I know what kind of spell it is.
Yeah,
Yada yada
and I'm
yada.
saying you could definitely use Arcana in that way, but you don't have to stick by this. If you want to say, because I'm a wizard that master Arcana, I want to skillfully use a spell to enhance the positioning of my friend or my comrade, and to improve his chances and kind of get this flavorful scene. This is basically we're setting up scenes that are going by a skill check that you're proficient in, and that pretty much determines the scenario's outcome.
No,
I'm sure. I'm sure it's just one of those things that we'll play by ear, and like as it comes up, we'll deal with it.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
and if you guys feel like your magic isn't really
I mean, if a whole at the end of if we do more rival challenges later on, and the party as a whole majority just are a little tired of it. We're open to just like, all right, it was fun for a good while, but well, but this is just something we want to implement and just introduce. It's the first time. Uh, we were just hoping you guys could have fun with it.
I mean, like I said, I didn't dislike it. No, I thought it was pretty interesting. But my original question is like, okay, how I phrased it's like, is there anything I can do aside from just the skill check? Like, let's say, in an instance, like someone's doing rival skill checks against the person they're fighting. Let's say I cast Fireball and it actually could kill the person. Well, then what happens?
So, for example, it's not always going to be a person. There's going to be an obstacle of some sort. Maybe you're in a
No,
scenario.
I know,
Yeah,
but like
I'm just
in this,
giving a general idea. So there is a skill challenge where there's a person, and you want to kill them with a fireball. You totally could say, I want to use my fireball spell that to kind of explode this person uncommonly, right? Or kind of get a good chunk of the dangers or this rocks that are falling on. You want to explode the rocks apart. So,
no, I just want to explode them.
yeah,
There you
regardless
go.
of what you want to explode, depending on the situation, I'll ask, you know what, you could definitely use your fireball. It won't drain your spell slot. But I will either, if you're not proficient in Arcana, but you are proficient in Perception, hypothetically, let's say you use your Perception to kind of find a good area to get a major of the impact of the spell. You're gonna and depending on your roll, it's either gonna be determined as a success or a failure. So you don't use the spell slots for spells during skill challenges.
So it's like an interactable cutscene.
Yes, that's very, like I said, you guys are setting up a
Quick
setting
time event.
scenario. Yeah, like a quick time event.
Same thing. Tomato,
Yeah.
tomato.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah.
so you could definitely kind of use magic to influence your skills, and they actually would like. It doesn't make sense for it pretty much just the way it works. Each skill check, depending on what you set up for the scene and scenario, I'm going to give it a pass or fail challenge. If you roll if I feel like you stabbing this man so he doesn't with your athletics just over muscle him makes more sense than what you call it, seeing where he's coming from you, like it's but there's no reaction from your end. just gonna see him a bit better. So there's different skill challenge ratings depending on what's set in and what scenario and what kind of um, skill you're using for this. So
I gotcha. One question. So yeah, we're talking about rival challenges, but then you were just giving like an avalanche scenario. So let's say, and yeah, this is just a creative subversion. So let's say I cast rope trick, and it's like point blank on the ground. We can all get inside of it, and the avalanche literally cannot hit us because we're inside the rope trick extra dimensional space.
Mhm.
And then would that just end the entire thing, and we just stay inside the rope trick while the avalanche is
well,
happening?
that is very true. That is why it's our job as DMs and to kind of improv a scenario that is not just going to be an ambulance. Maybe you do.
No, I know, but like certain spells can solve certain situations without having to be use the skill checks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing because it is a scenario. Let's say you're using a road trip. What are you proficient in? That let me just look at your character sheet just to be more specific. You are.
I'm proficient in a few things. Like, just I would say for rope trick. I mean, honestly, like I said, it's just casting a spell that would subvert the entire avalanche scenario.
Yes, but you can also flavor it this way. I I'm quick to act. I use rope trick, whatever. This also matters on your what you call it. This is why initiation also counts, because sometimes the people before you might not have a solution to your problem. Uh, uh, but the way that you will work, you could also ask. I have a specific way to deal with this thing. I prefer if like if there's something like that, you say I'm gonna use rope trick. So I'm gonna be like, you're proficient in performance. You're quick to act. Give me a performance check. Depending on how you do. If you do
I know,
well,
but it seems like forced competence and incompetence with a magical thing that doesn't work like that. You know what I mean?
well, that's exactly what I'm stating. This is because that's just part of the challenge. It's to kind of improv a situation, how to make it work or not work, how to deal with the consequences of the skill challenge. And I will. It's not like I'm gonna disregard that you could easily be capable of solving the solution by using magic to fly or teleport yourselves out of it. But it's our jobs as DMs to improv. For example, you decide to fly, give me an acrobatics, you do well. You kind of tumble and roll out of the dangerous way. But what about your comrades? This is not about you. How do you as a group of party come to this scene or this obstacle, and how do you all overcome uh, in your own ways and work together or kind of provide help? This is the only skill challenge we have prepared for today, and I don't want to spend half the time debating and talking about it, especially when Wig is not here. And I feel like if we have to like re-talk this whole conversation with Wig, it feels like at this point we're just overstressing the topic at hand. So let's just move on from this conversation and let's just bring it up later on.
No, that's
Outside
fair.
of session. All right. All right. You guys are all kind of just finished celebrating from your entry point. Uh, all right. So what is everyone doing aside right now from Roland and Hugo who are celebrating? Salis, he's collecting his money. Fern, you're in.
What did I bet? Did I bet like down here?
No, let's just say it was around the circle. He's like, the
All right.
the guard, the one that kind of called the officials, this guy here, kind of calling the matches along with the other one. You feel like you did the gambling. Yeah, like let's just put like he was in charge of both the guard betting and the prison betting. From what you've also seen, both bets were not interloped. Uh, if you want to roll an insight on check out there, just take your own guess to your as a character. You can.
Wait, an insight?
If you want. If you don't, you can just make what of it based off assumption, I guess.
Wait, what am I? You just cut out a little bit. What am I making an insight check on? Sorry.
To see how come the prisoners have their own bet going on and the guards have their own bet going on.
That's a 20.
Yeah, even though this is like, from what you can tell, the reason this is, even though it's a joint event, it's just to still keep the status of prisoner and guard.
The status quo does cannot be intercepted, even over gambling. Uh,
Yeah, I gotcha.
They didn't ask for it. It's not important.
yeah, no.
So you guys kind of like gather up. You do notice that in your corner, most of you, including Seda, this is that white tiefling pirate. She's kind of there, kind of hearing this describe her one. The other one.
So the you do also see the white tiefling from one of your neighbor's cell units. You see her on a chair talking to a tabaxi, what seems to be a fortune teller. She has a crystal ball in front of her. She's talking to if anyone would call her Sonata, and at the same time you also see Walker, your group member, kind of like a little far distant than what she really is, but she's still pretty close within earshot. But she seems very sad. Like she looks a little down.
Huh.
Uh, as you see, you see some words. You can't really exactly make anything out of it, but you do see Sonata walk away like in a pace like she's done with this. Like she heard something she didn't like, and Walker has kind of the same expression, but unlike Sonata, she's not walking away. And she looks to you guys, and she kind of has what you guys are kind of used to by now, these puppy eyes, like tears are being a little held back. And she just goes to you guys, and she's a little quiet. She's a little quiet, and yeah.
Hey, you all right? What was that all about?
Oh,
Oh, Walker's here. Yeah, cool.
just the fortune teller. While the
What
fight was
about?
going on, I didn't like it, so I just thought fortune teller would be much more fun. I was wrong.
What did the fortune teller tell you?
She kind of just looks at you sad and looks away.
No, you can share it. I won't tell anyone.
She tells everyone.
Well, it's okay as long as it's with you guys, but I was told that the destruction of my people, my Kriti clansmen is because somehow I was involved without really understanding it. But I feel like a big part of it is my fault.
Oh,
Madame Eva said that
sorry.
those who I seek shall remain
We
lost.
can talk more about it back in the
Those
cell
who
if you
seek
want.
shall remain enslaved and lost.
She said to me, seek shall those who I seek shall remain lost. And I think it relates to my clansmen.
It's unfortunate. I place her hand on her shoulder and look down. Yeah, Fern looks a little distraught. I'm terribly sorry. Yeah.
Sorry and terrible it is. Seems like even though you feel sincere, your words kind of just make the way she's feeling a little more worse. Well, I mean, maybe, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's hopefully a fake uh, witch, and she does not know what she speaks of. But something
Well, I
tells
don't
me,
believe in fortune tellers anyway.
yes.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, that kind of magic is pretty powerful, and I doubt someone like that would just be held up in a prison here.
Yeah, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I don't know. A lot of people like that
This is where she
are
needs to
just
be.
schemers
I got arrested.
trying
This is where I
to
need to be.
get, well,
So she
money
committed a
from,
crime to be here.
trying to just scare and
here
get money
purposely.
from people who don't have magic or understand it.
The fortune teller. What she says? No, she's there. So she's in your shot. She's looking at all of you pretty creepily with a smile, kind of like grin from left to right. Like she's almost too happy to see you.
Please, maybe a fortune for a little coin.
Sorry. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm sure you have a lot more people to scam, you know.
How would you ever find them? How would you ever find them?
Mm,
How would you ever find them?
How would you ever find them with attitude like that, young Missy?
mm,
You claim to look, but your eyes are closed. Ironic, isn't it?
you just made my friend. You just made my friend uncomfortable. If you could just, relax and
The truth is
stick to your
uncomfortable.
little space, that'd be nice.
Well, not me, the truth. And the magic, of course. But that's quite common. I apologize on the behalf of the magic.
Oh, it was nice meeting you, I guess. But I think I'm just gonna get another drink.
She's sure to be there. She does go back to her own ball, seeing that no one's interested in anything. Uh, you do see at the far distance Bernard and Corgi calling you over while Barrett takes his leave.
Oh yeah, Barry.
While Barrett's taking his leave, a little happy about how the fight went on as his boys follow him out.
I guess she'll go back to that table after getting a drink. There you
Just
go.
not calling them over. Yeah.
Oh, we'll be like, hey, let's go to our suite. What are we gonna do?
Make her stop one on one.
I'll turn to Roland and pull out a sack with 50 gold pieces in it and hand it over.
You go. What? So what?
I'd say this belongs to you.
I'll say that
Okay.
belongs more for the group.
I have to.
The
I
reason I
have to
put
speak
that
with
bit
you a
down
little.
was so we
I have
can
to speak with you a little.
split amongst ourselves and enjoy ourselves a bit more.
Pressure.
Well, that's generous of you.
You can
I was just gonna let you have it because the bet wouldn't have been made if you didn't give me that loan. But all right,
Yes.
let's see.
But that was also the money. That's the goal I got from a job we did for
Oh, that is
exterminating the
true.
rats. So I figured might as well put it to good use that I got because of the group.
Oh, that's nice of you. Let's see. There's 5 of us. So that'll be 10 each.
Yep.
All right.
Just as the DM just saying, you're technically not getting anything that you spent, Roland.
I'm aware of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Why? If you guys are being called over at the same time, the Tabaxi fortune teller has seemed to like have an interest in one of you. It's between one of you three. I do need. I'll do this.
Yeah. Just a heads up. Everybody gains 10 gold from what they currently have.
Yep, I just
Sorry,
added it. I gotta say, I'm pretty rich.
1 Sailors, 2
No.
Hugo, 3
Prison
Reggie.
rich.
Yeah, prison rich. 55 gold rich. That's right.
Hey, you do hear little one, please come over.
I assume they're talking to Hugo.
Yeah.
Who's talking to you? Who is this exactly?
It's a
The fortune teller?
Tabaxi fortune teller.
Oh, the fortune teller?
Yeah,
Oh.
she just had a squabble with Fern. Little one, you're so quiet, but you have so much to say with your eyes. Why you not speak?
Well,
If you never speak, your village will never be found.
sorry about
Oh
that.
yeah, yes, everyone's moving their token.
So, he, I don't even know how we respond to that.
Oh, of course. If you don't learn how to speak, young lad, your people will be lost just as well. You must miss them, no?
Yes, I miss my people.
Yet you don't think of finding them. How can you find them when you're here?
Yeah, bars are a problem.
Oh,
Last.
time changes. Just keep in mind, your actions or your inactions can cost you the lives of your people. Now, please go on, little one. You have fate to meet.
Thank you.
I want whatever drug she's on right now.
That crystal
Kidding.
ball. She takes a
Uh,
sniff.
There's just a compartment inside the crystal ball that
Yeah,
just.
just sniffing it.
She's a little eccentric, and she's like, at this point, she's you can tell she's done a good satisfaction of pissing people off, and anyone who probably that decided to go with her. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I didn't decide to.
if anyone
yeah, you're a bit of a dick.
if anyone does want to do an insight check on these things as players, do for
I absolutely do.
I'm whipping out the garrote wire and I'm ending this woman. Oh no.
Are we all free to make them?
yeah, that's for sure.
I think, actually, she'll stick closer to Walker and Salas. Yeah.
Now,
there we go.
because you do need to be a little specific, Hugo. Are you trying to figure out what she said to you? Or are you trying to figure out what she's saying in general? Like,
I think he's trying to get a feel for if she's legitimate
mm,
or if she's trying to pull some coin from him.
both you and Sailors, I mean, she kind of comes out as a dick, so it's kind of hard to really take. You guys, Sailors, I guess you are familiar with the magic, but you can't really tell right now the sham from the pro. But you, Roland, you can tell this woman's, from what she's saying, there's truth to it, yet there's no filter.
Also, Hugo, you, because of what she said, it is general and broad, but she's still pretty spot on about what she's talking. What she's talking makes sense to you, so it might be a scam, but if it is, it's a very good elaborate scam that she did some research on you because it's factual. There's some general factual language coming from her that you know that you're hearing.
Okay, bye bye. Leave Madame Sari alone.
I mean, you're the one who started this whole thing.
Must be fate.
So I guess you leave us alone.
You must be fate and it's not here.
Yeah,
Huh?
what
You
he
must be
said.
fate and it's not here.
Yes, but I am simply encouraging you to meet fate, for it is not here.
Well, I'll be glad to meet Fate some other day. You know.
As you hear a little whisper, grow my little ones. So I have sent you a ginger. You do see them calling you over still, like they're just like ecstatic.
All right, I've had well enough of this, and I walk away.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Roland, do you want Roland?
Heads all right over.
What are you doing, Roland? Are you also moving over, or are you staying there? To talk to her?
I'm moving along
Gotcha. Okay, I'll put real. You can't.
because Roland after that just wants his drink that he said he was gonna get after.
Don, do you want to put Frank Brady here or not?
Nah, but
By the way, as far as drinks go, Fern's only been getting water.
all right. As you guys do cross from the Tabaxi woman to the group, you also see the little goblin lady that from Crazy Carl's a little shack. She's just sitting down with a smile, drinking water as well as she's just looking around with a smile, enjoying the atmosphere. But
Oh,
yeah.
Mm.
Now
Okay. You see,
I know whispers.
would Roland spot her right away or no?
you guys see her. She's just looking at you. But
she's
yeah,
enjoying her
she's
meal.
enjoying
Mm.
whatever's in front of her.
Where can I find real?
We just to chat with her for a bit, say
I'm gonna
hello.
put real in. Okay.
Okay. I don't know where you
And
put.
see it is a familiar
He doesn't have
face.
a character sheet.
Oh God, where did he come from?
Sorry to explain, but Rio's also kind of like at this point has probably made his way there when you guys were occupied at the fight, but he seems to just be drinking. He's also kind of leaving Cordry and Bernard's route, and he's gonna go dance with some other male elf.
All right.
Sorry, what's going on?
Yeah, that hitman guy is going too.
Yeah, you guys did
Cool.
see him leave.
I'm gonna whisper something to Salas. I say, "So, did you rig that fight too, or
I mean, I just helped with the emotional support.
oh, yeah, me too." Mm-hmm.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah. Also, Roland's within earshot.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say, would I be able to hear that?
you did hear
that's
it.
that's a
I'm
9.
I'm whispering in his ear.
Shit.
Oh wait, sorry, I didn't mean to make a history check. I was trying to click on deception. But
All right.
no, she hasn't actually actively tried this. She's just being very snarky. Like she's not. Like, don't take that role into account.
I mean, Roland's there to hear it. You do hear it, but
I mean,
do you decipher the truth? Insight, I guess.
is he like standing up to like us while I'm whispering it in his ear?
He did walk with you guys.
No, I know. You know.
That's fair. I mean, but I don't know. Would you want to be? Would you want to be within earshot, Edwin?
Like he has to be comfortably
Actually,
close to us.
Roland. Roland.
because I was gonna say I was gonna be talking to
Shoot the Aussie.
again the what's her name?
Shoot the Aussie, the goblin lady from Chrissy Carl's.
Goblin Lady from Chrissy Carl. I was gonna talk to her, but if I overhear something, I might not overhear it, so I might just take a look to see like what's going on.
All right, so you kind of heard the intro of it, but it wasn't. You didn't understand the conversation from beginning. You heard it wisp, but not. You didn't. It didn't impact you, so you do continue on to speak to the Aussie, shoot the Aussie goblin.
All seeing goblin. What?
Just shoot the Aussie.
Her name is Shoot. I just read her whole name. You want to see Shoot,
Oh, okay.
the goblin.
Okay.
Well,
Hello.
Same tone,
Right.
different tone
Hi.
than the fortune teller.
So enjoying the party?
Why, yes, just having fun. How about yourself?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just enjoying myself. Great fight, by the way. It's almost
Thanks.
as if you had a supporting cast.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does feel kind of a bit weird the way it was won.
Well, that's good. Just keep those friends around. Do you have anything for me?
If she says that, if you really want to know how that event went, and then she puts out her hand to kind of like ask for like some kind of compensation.
And everything's full price, huh?
Yes, when I need money.
Huh.
Just give me
This is the second reason why I gave everyone a part. I put that bet down.
Well,
I knew everything was gonna cost money in here.
yes, but I deal in a particular trade. For I sell information depending on the worth of the value that you give me.
Ah, quite an interesting thing to know then. It's information on maybe an individual or certain things will come to you then.
Depends on what you give me.
Oh, maybe we could always strike up a deal for the foreseeable
I
future.
don't do deals. I do what
I don't do deals. I deal now. As she puts out her hand, are you gonna give her anything?
Actually, I'll give her a gold to test out test the water.
That one
So I'll
right
give her
there.
1 gold.
Did she as she like grabs it and she smiles. She goes, "That one right there." She points at Fern. She goes, "She helped you by cheating, but it was very entertaining. Yes, I must admit." And eh, maybe one more for some more.
To speak to her about the ghost.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Would you
turns to
give
Fern
her
like,
one
so
go?
you,
Hugo will give her a gold. He'll put it in her hand.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, haha. Yes,
You're so
you
handsome.
understand. There are ghosts here. One requires a visit. As she points to a certain direction.
The, the oracle. She knows more. Talk to
Oh,
her.
the oracle shall inform you. Just ask her, and I'm sure she'll tell you what must be done.
Is that the lady we saw first?
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
other one
Fortune
over there?
teller.
The tabaxi woman.
She calls her an
Oh.
oracle.
She,
though.
oh,
She
great.
called her an oracle.
she called her an oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle usually see the future, can predict the future. God damn it.
Tell
Hearing this,
Bernard and Audrey
Roland's
also.
face just
Since they're
goes,
so
starts
close,
to
they're gonna
turn,
talk to
like,
them
realize
first
that
before they get there.
he walked by the Oracle. It's like, great. I made myself look like an ass in front of her.
Bernard kind of sneaks up on you guys along with Audrey. Is like, hey,
You got the do-over. You do.
Cordy, sorry, Cordy, not Audrey. Hey guys, can we have a private chat in our cell block? I kind of want to discuss something of important matters. And Bernard goes like, yes, an opportunity. To the,
Wait, who are they talking to? Us?
Yes, an
Yeah, yeah.
opportunity.
Okay. Sure.
roleplay Bernard.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to join your gang. That's
What? No, no, nothing about joining. Just a job opportunity. You guys have shown yourselves to be very capable and, oh, very brave for you guys to stand up to Barrett's deal. Now, that's risky stuff, but I can't say otherwise that I'm impressed.
I mean, okay.
Lady, you take so lightly pissing off a professional assassin.
Yes, tread lightly when it comes to Barrett's deal. Although I admire the courageous attire, I think your courage is a little infused with ignorance of how the world works, little one.
And just because it spews that bullshit about you being a lady, and believe me, I know it's kind. You will strike.
Yes, he's
I'll be fine, but thanks for the concern.
well. It's just a concern. We are here to make sure people don't get hurt. Right, a
I'm
perception.
sure we can look after ourselves pretty well.
They nod like in approval. They recall the fight. Give me a perception check too.
No,
Perception.
no, deception.
Oh, sorry, deception.
Because you still have your disguised self, don't you, Fern?
Yeah, I still have my disguise self.
Will he be
So,
able to look at the scars?
okay.
Oh no. What's your save against this guy's stuff?
Disguise self isn't a save. It's oh wait, maybe it is.
No,
Hold
it
on,
is.
let me actually let me put it
I
up.
think, yeah, most illusions are like to see through. You have
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
clear.
you have
Yeah.
to do an investigation check against my DC, which is 14.
Illusions are weird like that.
Yeah, illusions are nice. Like, I don't. Let's see. I mean, it's to discern that I'm disguised. It isn't to know what I'm hiding. If that's what it.
Sort
You know what I
of.
mean?
Illusions are.
Like they don't see through the illusion, but they know it isn't.
What am
You
I
know what I
rolling
mean?
here, man?
Yeah. It looks like I'm looking at their investigation. Just I think overall intelligence. So
Both of them?
It's just a intelligence. It's investigation. Yeah, he can know that I have disguise self on, but it doesn't, change
Yeah,
my.
he's looking at you. He's realizing that you do have this guy's self on. He's been talking to you for a good while to try to get to know you more, and he does realize that you do have this guy's self. Uh, at best, he can't picture why, but if anything, he can just assume pretty much that it's to hide something.
all right.
Uh,
Um, so they kind of look at you and they're like, they kind of look back. All right.
Well, does she speak for all of you as far as joining our gang goes? It's just an opportunity, just like this fight was.
I don't know. It's just a single thing. I don't have a problem. It's just, I don't want to join any sort of group like that.
Did I ask you to join our gang?
Well,
So
at the very least, there's no harm in hearing you
are
out.
you not? Audrey? Are you Audrey?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I
Brian.
mean, you could explain it first, and then we could.
Yes, that's why we are
Yeah.
inviting you to a more private place.
Well, all right. Let's hope it's not anything super dangerous. Don't want a repeat of the other day. Oh, actually, earlier today.
They look a bit intrigued at your statement. Well, it's definitely a challenge. It's something that we're not quite able to do as easily as someone unaffiliated as you guys. Uh, it might be risky, but let's talk more about it behind
Close
thicker
doors.
walls.
All right, let's go.
So
Yeah, I'm down.
for now on, let's just use our imagination. But it's technically the same pattern as your cell block. So you go up last floor.
No, second. They're on the second floor.
Sorry, as well?
You guys are passing by the Oracle. And does anyone want to like actually talk to her, or they're gonna avoid the fortune teller? Are you guys gonna like just pass straight, pass right through her?
I am ignoring her.
Gotcha. Everyone else?
Vern is also ignoring her.
I'm just choose to tell her like that we'll talk at a later date, but I might need to have a word with her about some certain things.
The Oracle.
Are you sure you might not be alive in the next upcoming weeks?
I'm not here for your
Well,
service. I'm
not
here.
everything is set in stone, but I'll keep an
That
eye out.
is,
Thanks.
I
Oh,
think you should know that more than anyone.
yes, I find quite a thrill of studying about it. So comes then the time comes. But if not,
Well,
who's
let's
to
just
say?
assume today, right now is later, and there's death stalking these very walls, not far from where you're going at the moment. Maybe a bit of curiosity
Yeah,
can fill in on your sense of reward.
no, if you're telling me death is where I'm heading,
No,
I
just
should be going.
oh, right. Yes, but do feel warned. It's not the death you're seeking; it's the death someone else seeks.
Close to me, you're saying?
Is that?
What was that? Logan?
Sorry, sorry. Are you saying that it's the death of someone close to me?
No, that was already there. That's just for you to investigate.
So that has already happened.
It has occurred already. My admirer of death.
Okay. Well, thank you, Oracle. I will definitely try to look into that.
That
So, like, what we would do, like a sleight of hand to give her a gold piece for information.
She doesn't take it.
she doesn't take it. She gives you a little meow with her claws. Go on. The reward. I shall get it later. Somehow.
Okay. I continue with the group.
So they're kind of like ahead of you, by maybe like a minute or two. They're probably the second. You recall them saying the second floor, as everyone minus Roland for now finds himself in the front of a cell block. Let me actually get that cell block up. Oh, you got it. I'm just in the same one. Remember? That's the point.
Yes, we're gonna get the cell block C so we can kill these fools in private. Very good.
Because you guys are here. There is would there be a guard around this time during Paradise? No, there isn't a guard actually here. You see, you do see a bunch of other cellmates, but you kind of see them that they tell everyone to leave, and everyone does so. As you see the two head figures kind of like look over at one, and they whisper into their ear, and the other person just nods. They watch outside, make sure no one's here, and yeah, they kind of like you. They kind of lead you towards the middle left here, as their cell.
Sorry for the discrepancy and the shadiness, but it's just to make sure no one can hear us. Because what we are about to um, present to you is a bit sensitive. Now, if we can gather your interest in taking this, we have a job offer of the sorts to present you with.
All right.
Go ahead, explain.
Yeah, let's have it.
Also, Alcantara is not there, so just keep that in mind.
We're in a
Fine.
little uncomfortable. She's still here.
Coach, go with Coach.
Well, the test that we're about to set you up with is a bit more complex. You have met Barry's.
No, come on. Get straight to the point. We don't need any padding.
It's sure. So, the person you have met, Barry Steele, he, as you said before, we have our differences, and he has a lot of influence in the prison. Way too much for comfort. Uh, I'm not sure if any of you work in the assembly line, but he basically owns the the lot. He pretty much runs it, and uh, his authority is in question. Uh, there's been reports and rumors that oftentimes when a physical violent crime occurs in his cell block, he is overlooked often.
It is never reported. As you guys can imagine, a man, a man like Barrett Steele, giving a man like that complete power over one place, especially a place like this, could be very hectic for others.
Roland, you step in under that sentence. Go on.
Um, well, so the little political grabs is the point we run Paradise is just to make sure people like Rio or women, which you can imagine might be targeted by other inmates, don't get targeted. If a man like Barrett was completely in charge, and if me and Cordy were in here, my beloved, um, things would be much worse. We've under we've not too recently come under a little bit of power ourselves within this, and we're not going to lie to you. We're the smaller opposition, but we're an opposition nonetheless. Um,
Reckon.
so what we want, the way this place determines its power, if its leeway, you might have noticed, is certain prisoners have key access to certain rooms. They're the managers of the sort, and just recently we've acquired Assembly Line B, and you can imagine Barrett Steele wasn't happy to have lost that. Um, luckily for us, the warden, well, let's just say she didn't necessarily choose our side, but we benefited from her decision but the decision might have cost her a little. Uh, from what I hear, she's getting chewed out by the senator of Atticus for I don't know what reason, but she must have messed up somehow. Uh,
So what do you want us to do?
huh. Well, in theory, what we want you to do is we have a method of acquiring the rec room for ourselves to, even out the little uh, inequality.
Yes, the rec room is run by. You've met him earlier, that elf. What's his name, Bernard?
It was Elijah Hargreaves. You must really hate him. We grew up with the boy practically.
You tend to forget those you hate.
Uh, Me and Corddry, we're we are born under loyalist family. If Yeah, you guys can roll a history check on this, all of you.
No, I think most of them would know. Like everyone but Hugo would know that loyalists are basically like nationalists. They believe in the old ways. Slavery is good. Um, Human and elves are the superior races, and basically modern day Nazism, as like in a sense.
Uh, but unlike our family, we do not share their beliefs. That's why when Barrett Steele uh, murdered the former prime minister, me and both Corddry were sent here as scapegoats by our family. For our family was found guilty um,
Colluding.
colluding with Barrett Steele. And the reason we're here is because me and my beloved here are the black sheep of our family.
Huh?
Right.
So how are we
We're
going
gay.
to acquire the rec room?
Well, unlike us two,
Well, I've had some people kind of monitor and review that guy's
Elijah.
face, Elias, uh, Elia. But he definitely has. Okay, so here's the golden touch. Our reports say that he has some kind of documented something, whether it's film, paper, some kind of evidence that kind of pretty much proves that Barry Steele. Uh, it has evidence that Barry Steele's involvement with the murder. It's tied in somehow. I'm not quite sure what it is.
from what we've gathered intelligence, it's some sort of incriminating evidence that contradicts the verdict of the trial for the assassination of the former prime minister, and for us to have that,
Well, here's what I think. I don't really think having that would do anything against Barry Steele. He's here already in prison. However, it is a bit suspicious that Elijah has this evidence against Barry Steele. So we're not planning to use this against Barry Steele personally, but we're planning to turn the tables over onto Elijah. Uh, I'm sure I'm sure that Barrett wouldn't last in prison for another day or two if we if he finds that evidence comes to light.
well, yes, I would imagine he would not even be aware of such incriminating evidence against him. For we would not see Elijah roaming around safely as he is. I mean, he is in the protection of paradise.
No, it's not.
Well, we can't allow murder, especially under Barrett Steele. But it's wishy-washy with him, considering he has the similar views of the.
Of Barry Steele, he's made his allegiance quite clear, Bernard.
Yes, of course, but murder should never always be the first option, and to save a life could be meaningful. But what we do know is we've searched his cell. Uh, it's not there. So the only place that we can imagine is probably in that rec room. Uh, but that's just a long shot test, honestly.
And you want us to get it and bring it to you, and then we'll be done.
Yeah, that's actually pretty simple said and done.
Okay. Okay.
The problem is, Elia is the manager of the rec room, so if it's during public hours, the I don't think he's just gonna easily let you scavenge around.
I mean, I could try and distract him.
Well, however you do it, as long as you recall, physical violence leads to a search.
It's just a drain down to your doom. Although,
I'm not very violent.
Yeah.
well, those methods are up to you. We're just merely presenting this opportunity to your group. Talk about it amongst yourselves. Um, I understand there's another one of you in your cell block, a spy. If you're in cahoots with him, we were hoping he'd show up today, but maybe we can enlist him later on.
Yeah, he seemed a bit busy. But second underlake on a area we have to sneak into might be a great plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can we trust in you to get this done?
Well, we could always mess up, but maybe I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're all attempting, that's enough for us to know that you're at least going to attempt. Countermeasures must be made if you fail.
We'll try to support you on the back end as much as we can. Now, please do not take that as a coward's way of saying you're on your own. That is not simply the case. We do have some political leeway here, and we will try to help you. Any suggestions, any form of plan, please approach us with it, and we'll see if we'll be able to assist you in any way possible.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be done today or tomorrow or the day after. As long as it's done correctly, take your time and manage well.
Snitch, mention the snitch.
Well, I'm not used to
We haven't
scheming,
before.
so I'm sure one of you, and she's gonna look to the rest of the group, could come up with a plan.
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty good at getting in and out of places. Not as good as a spy, but given the right tools, I can pick a lock.
hmm,
All right.
well,
Or you could just destroy the lock. That'd be fun.
The guards
Uh,
are saying, okay, end of night. Oh, no, you're right.
if anything, tread lightly. Barrett Steele came in. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but there's a snitch of some sorts. Uh, Barrett really hates that word, so he's probably on alert. Uh, dance around him if you could. It wouldn't be so smart to test him.
Well, worst case scenario, someone ends up in solitary. I think.
Yeah, I myself wouldn't enjoy that. But since that's a risk, what are you putting on our table that's making it worth it?
Hmm.
I know it'll make the prison a bit safer for everyone, but as of right now, without any what's the word? Any
I got it.
payment, it's gonna be a bit. We're going in there for you.
I see. Well, there is monetary value on the table, but it won't be the main prize. I We have very talented tailors and leather workers in our cell block. The best actually. They're definitely under our protection, and they're both uh, hardworking women. If you and she kind of looks at all of you in your orange jumpsuits. Pretty much everyone's unarmored, and she's like, "If you do us, if you do us this favor, each of you have an access to armor of their choosing." It kind of
Hmm.
blends in well with your jumpsuits. It's meant to
Well, that answers my question. I'm in.
and of course there will be some free of charge or maybe even lower discounted prices by them. Ultimately, they choose their price and how much and what can they give you. Uh, they should be closed right now, but during your free time, tomorrow or the other day, come feel free to peruse their wares.
And if you guys get this thing done, we'll put more in. We'll put more in than just the good work.
Okay.
Also,
so-
this is a bit weird and creepy. The fortune teller that insisted that she worship and practice today, she told me to tell her new group of friends that she's always hearing and watching.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
can
we,
tell from my small conversation with her.
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't like her,
I'll be honest.
to
That
be
kind
completely
of
honest.
makes me want to. I don't know.
Yes, Cherie may lack the filter, but
avoid her.
she may lack the filter, but she's a good person at heart. I've seen her get out of her way to help people. Honestly, though it just
So, good
bothers me how she
person.
ended up in prison.
She said that she was supposed to be here, Bernard. I believe that.
Yeah, which is weird, but I'm, from what I've gathered, she was even here before the times of what's his name? Before I didn't tell her. She must have been here longer than us. But hey, what do we know?
Well, it's
She old as
been
fuck.
nice chatting. If that's all, I think we can start scheming.
Yes, as Bernard said, time isn't a rush here. Take your time, scheme well. Take your times to check out the rec room. It's a lot as free time, which is during the morning or after work.
Study him if you have to. His routine, his habits.
I can tell you a
I
little about
don't
his
think
routine.
I will want to study him.
It's just
Yeah.
a figure of speech. Uh,
Well, okay, thanks for the chat.
and we'll see what happens by the end of this. They look a little unsure of themselves, and they kind of look like they regret telling you a little, but they're deciding to go through with it. One thing you gotta like, these are pretty brave individuals, and even though they've been calling each other beloved, there seems to be like no such animosity
Romantic.
or romantic gesture in any way.
Wait, no one else is in this cell block except us. Okay.
Currently, yeah.
No guards, no nothing.
No, nothing.
Cool. Since Fern doesn't really get to use magic literally anywhere else, she is just gonna sit down over here and use create bonfire to conjure up some flames, and she's gonna relax. Yep. And a little bit of flame right here. That's dope.
Nice.
Fun stuff.
Create a random fire as you sit down. Everyone else sees you kind of like take a breather, get used to your roots. Everyone sees Fran create a bonfire in front of her. She's kind of like laying down in like camp style. What are you guys doing?
I'm wondering if anyone has marshmallows for s'mores.
I'm a little
You want to put
light
Metal
pocketed
Zuri
on
comes out
marshmallows
in her
up
fire.
here. Sorry about that.
Cherie uses magic
That's okay.
to form imagery.
Hey,
That's
does
always just my luck.
anyone have something to burn?
If you want to.
Yeah, you do. So over time, your fire is growing. As you guys all gathered around this, the flame gets stronger and stronger, and you do see like this odd shape come from it, like a little ball of fire kind of elevates up. And friend, this isn't your. You feel like this is not what you're intending to do.
It starts like waving around you guys, and it starts flying. It starts like going out towards the room, as in it's kind of going at a slow pace, so you can follow it.
She's gonna end concentration, create bonfire, and it's gonna dismiss.
Gotcha. So
I'm sorry, what is this thing floating around?
it was a small ball of fire that kind of formed from Friend's little pit fire, little bonfire thing. But once Fern stops concentrating, the image just goes away, and the fire is no longer kind of there.
And after dismissing it, she'll conjure it up again, just to see if it happens again.
Kind of not actually. It's pretty normal. You concentrate a bit more to see what's going on. The fire is just acting normal. Yeah, you could do like, if you want to invest what happened there. Personally, you Frank, because this was your magic. Feel free to do a Arcana or some kind of insight check. Up to you.
I mean, Friend's just chilling right now. She was just.
I'm proficient in Arcana. Could I make a check? Because that was strange to me.
I mean, I'll make the check, but I mean,
Well, you're just chilling. You don't even say you're chilling.
yeah, she's just enjoying her time.
Gotcha.
Oh well, that's bad. So
Like you feel that maybe because of Fern's her magic is very you see her use magic constantly. Maybe her control.
I'm a wizard, boys.
She lost a bit of it. Maybe you're not quite you can't really ascertain to why that happened. But you're thinking that maybe she did that intentionally, or even that she lost a bit of control and it just happened.
By the way, she's gonna recast Disguise Self. So she's gonna do the verbal and somatic component, and then literally there is no change, but the magic happens anyway. It's literally just a recast. There you go.
Gotcha.
I was like, no what? Like, yeah, they see her do the spell, but like nothing about her changes.
is there any way I can investigate that?
You did with the Arcana. You do know that
You could make an investigation check against my spell save DC.
That was. I'll do whatever, but
Are you
the
talking about
Arcana was for the fire.
Gotcha. What do you want to investigate? Sorry, I thought you were
Just
investigating.
to me, it seems strange that she would reapply a spell that changes to me pretty much nothing.
Oh, gotcha. Sure. You could try to go against her spell save to see.
Just like intelligence, like
No,
against
investigation.
Investigation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it says my spell save DC is 14.
Alrighty.
Fortunately.
Gotcha. Yeah, you could tell us in the illusion she's using the spell, but you don't see what she's affecting. Maybe she's affecting something else, a different part of her body that you're not visibly seeing. Is the best you could ascertain. Maybe her nose is bigger. You're not quite sure the difference. You're trying to look up and down. You're like, what is she applying? She must be applying something, but it's really mind-boggling to.
It's not clicking.
Yeah, it's just not clicking.
And then after that, she'll turn back to the rest of the group, and she's gonna. So I'll ask again. Does anyone have anything to burn?
I just kind of cock my head a bit. I'm a little confused by that.
You okay?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Honestly, I'm pretty relaxed since I don't have to worry about someone getting mad over me using magic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take a step back and just scan along the cells, see if I see any books or anything.
And she's gonna just look at everyone again. Oh yeah, you remember how that fucking asshole Gaston was over at the table? I totally made him shit himself.
What?
It's fun.
He's investigating.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, I didn't see you. Where were you?
No. You didn't.
I'll just use Mask of Many Faces
No.
and go to Gaston.
Wait, you're gonna turn yourself into Gaston?
Yeah, just for a couple seconds, and then I'll drop it.
I'm just gonna see if she's smart enough to just figure this shit out. I'm gonna just do.
Both chords reading Bernard.
You know what?
Both chords
I
reading
want to do just
You
pure
start
intelligence. 'Cause I don't.
because they're
she's-
watching.
Oh, okay, fine.
Tell
Yeah.
you to guess.
She'll think about it, and then after 2 seconds, she'll be like, "Oh."
Yeah. My plan was I was gonna bet on something, and if the bet went wrong, I'd throw a fit and make a fool of myself. But you made me shit myself. So
She's like kind of chuckling a little bit, but she's also like, I am so sorry.
Nah, you're good. I gotcha. I hate him too. I was gonna try to make him look like a fool.
I think we both did a pretty good job of that then.
Yeah. Inadvertent
Oh.
teamwork. I gotcha.
Yeah, something like that.
So are you guys walking, talking? You guys do hear like a little.
No, they're
ring?
like staying. I think they're just staying there,
You guys
relaxing.
just staying there. I just
Relaxing a little, right?
Ding, ding.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys are just staying there, relaxing, and at some point, you guys hear like some kind of little bells go ding, 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 and kind of like they're all ringing on the first level.
Oh, it must be that time, Corgi.
Yeah.
The party has
Set
ended.
curfew,
Yeah. Well,
right?
we have fun. And,
Well, it was nice meeting you.
likewise.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'll kind of give him a wave and head out.
They do wave back at you. It might have come
Nice.
off a little cold, but they are. Seems like they mean they're very well.
I choose to, at the moment, just go up to him and just shake their hand.
Oh. And she's kind of surprised by your manners. She goes, Bernard, he's quite a fine gentleman, don't you think?
He does give you a nice bear hug after you shake your hands. Yes. There's something about you. Very respectable. Very admirable. But that's for us to figure out on another day. Safe travels, my friend.
Right.
So as Hugo is walking away, he's gonna do a produce flame in his hand just to see if it does anything funny like Ferns did.
Sure. Give me an good. As you cast it,
You haven't rolled a chance.
yeah, roll me a 1d100.
oh no.
Oh God.
Rolls
That's
a one,
never
the
good.
entire prison explodes.
Pretty good.
You accidentally cast fireball.
No, you accidentally cast magic nuke.
I'm a wizard.
So it does.
We're all wizards here.
It does start very light.
No.
This is in front of everyone, but everyone's kind of walking away. The only ones that could witness you kind of cast this is Bernard and Audrey. Caudry. As the fire kind of like expands and expands, and you're kind of concentrating, and you're like you really want to see what happened before it happened again. As the fire kind of like bounces, and this is not during control. As it kind of levitates a bit up, it starts turning a bit blue, like a little blue flame, and it's going over your hand, but it's kind of like angling towards a certain area.
It starts going across the room like in a slow motion, and it kind of like goes to the wall across, and it actually
It kind of
Goes
just like
through.
pushes off the wall, like because it's still physical fire flame, but it wants to go to the other side. But it's also going upwards, so it's hitting the corner ceiling of the room.
So,
So it's more like the top corner of right here. Remember,
We
it's in-
don't
it's
see
in-
this happening, right?
No, only Hugo does. Remember, that's in the
Cool.
third floor, then the second.
oh, this is
Yeah. So it's kind of going upwards, and it's like bouncing back and forth. How long is your spell?
just dissipates.
10 minutes, right?
It just dissipates.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just drop it in there.
Because I also have produce flame. I think it's
I don't wanna.
Well,
Just-
concentration.
10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it stays there for like a whole duration. Like if you're willing to wait 5 minutes, at that point, your comrades will be like on the first floor. You'll be there. Cordry and Bernard will take an interest into why you're in the corner. But it stands for half of the duration as it kind of like starts going back to normal. It dissipates. It almost disappears instantly and reappears in the top of your palm like it was normally casted. It's a will-o-wisp, by the way.
I guess in the hallway while we're walking, while Hugo is looking at the fire, acting weird, he's gonna look to the Celeste. She's gonna say, "So, are you a wizard or something?"
I have magical abilities.
I'm a wizard. It's not so bad.
It's weird that you would just ask me what I am and then say what you are.
No, I know. I just thought we were on the same page.
There's all types of ways you can get magic.
For sure.
Yeah. I turn and look towards Hugo. Like, hey, are you coming with?
Yeah, seems a little fixated over there.
Is the fire thing still going on, or?
We probably would at the corner because you guys, unless you guys waited like 4 to 5 minutes long for him to be there, which is a long time in waiting for someone that's right there. Believe it or not. But you do notice kind of him playing there. Well, not playing. He's just really observed by this.
Entranced with the fire, trying to seem to want to go through the.
Yeah, but Hugo, you do hear your comrades.
Hugo, are you gonna come with us?
I think the fire is trying to tell us something.
Oh. Like what?
Like there's something funny up straight.
Fern is
Upstate.
also. She's kind of scratching the back of her head, but she'll cast Produce Flame. There you go.
Give me a percentage. Give me a percentage die. I mean, 1d100.
Sure. 1d100.
It's gonna be lower chance.
29.
It's not. It didn't react the first time. You're not sure why. But Hugo, give me a Arcana or some kind of insight to your own spell. Now that you notice that Fern's fire isn't agonist anymore, and yours is. You probably you might just be stronger than Fern in the sense of magic. You think?
I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard too. We're all wizards.
So you really can't ascertain why. You feel that your magic has gotten so strong that you don't even need to. It doesn't even act normally when you cast it at this point.
They're being escorted now.
Yeah, and you do notice that some guards have come up to double check everyone. You do see one of them kind of come in.
Like if we hear them like coming like down the hall, we're just gonna snuff out this flame immediately.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna turn to Hugo and go like, hey, cut the fire.
Yeah, guards are coming. Hurry up.
He'll cut it out. Do we know what's directly above us?
Yeah, another set of cell units above you. Think of it as like this is exactly a mirror to your cell unit, your cell block rather, and each cell block is a total of 3 floors. You guys, just like Bernard and Cordry, are around the same second floor cell units, almost kind of parallel to yours actually.
Yeah, and are you asking us as DMs, or are you asking the players or the NPCs?
Oh no, yeah, I'm asking the DM
Gotcha. Yeah.
Just- if my character knows
Yeah.
what's above.
From the first floor appearance and the second floor, the sub blocks are very uniform. You could imagine that there's a third floor in this sub block.
The stairs that they came.
Yeah,
up
and
with
the stairs lead up to an upstairs route.
Fine.
Okay.
If they decide to go up, they're gonna get negated by guards by saying "whoa" on the chance die.
No.
No?
So what are you guys doing now? You seen the guards come in. Are you guys going anywhere? Are you guys going back to your cell blocks?
Suggested to the group that it might be best for us to head back.
Alright. So
It's getting late. It's gonna be curfew.
yes,
Yeah.
about that, you do see the clock in this room. You could tell it's 10 o'clock, which is 1 hour past your curfew.
Oh shit.
More importantly,
You guys aren't being penalized or anything.
well, you don't know that yet. Well,
Because the pathers.
yeah, definitely. Mason has probably hinted to you guys that you won't be penalized because of the event.
But it
More-
is wrapping up.
Yeah, it is wrapping up, and you guys are all going back towards the thing. And I think this is a good time to call it.
Alright.
Okay.
You're doing experience. You have gained a total of 300 experience. 200 from skill.
I
100
believe
from
you meant to say 300,000. Oh, yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
Million?
We'll get there.
Okay, so
One
how much
day.
experience?
300.
We should be at 600 XP total.
Yes. And thank you for the game, and we'll see you next week. Any questions,
Or concerns.
concerns? We're kind of busy right now, so we'll respond to them tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah.
Actually, I do also have another announcement. So currently, I'm in the process of getting married, and I think by October, we might go on a small 1 month hiatus, but that's about it.
it's a possibility.
It's a
Nothing set in
possibility.
stone. Just give
It's
you
not
the
set in
time.
In
stone.
October?
Yes. So just want to tell you guys now, it's not set in stone, but I don't want to blindside you guys with this because, I'm not sure if anyone's married, but it kind of takes time. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to be like, oh, last minute cancel, can't wedding or whatever.
Shotgun wedding.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
But
Yeah.
But
Congratulations, by the way.
Congrats.
Nice.
Yeah,
all
congrats.
right, guys. Thank you for your time and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
I think I will, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, but for sure, I think next Tuesday, if you guys are gonna not can't make it, just tell us. Try to tell us ahead of time.
Hello.
Don't make it's nothing bad,
Pasa la puerta.
Mikey. By the way, just don't make it a habit. Just like last minute, because sometimes.
Oh yeah, sorry. Something came up and I was out and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
50.
So vas a
Yeah.
sacar un poco?
Just don't make it a habit because
Yeah.
the planning.
I'm not planning on it.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mikey. Other than
Yeah,
that,
of
just
course.
Sorry.
yeah.
All right.
Have fun, guys. Catch you around.
I dejo la puerta abierta.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Night, guys.
See you, man.
Later.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the door.
No.
Yo, Brian, I'm trying to look for my old.
Damn, I feel like I gave him 50 more experience than I needed to.
Huh?
I gave him 50 more experience than I needed to. I said 300. It was supposed to be 200 from the skill challenge and 50 from XP. Because it was that dry, motherfucker. Yeah.
Which one? It was better,
Yeah.
but we do have the problem player. But she's not that much of a problem player with the. I guess she fixed up her attitude with the group.
Yeah, she did.
But man,
My problem is
she's still a downer though. She's like the only one that's, and it bothers me because she's taking face in her face. It's yeah, no, it's just I don't think she understands it's a skill check chat. And I'm like, yeah, Michael. I don't know, my. It's like